Hello and welcome back to Mesh Ball Grid. How's everyone doing? My name is Andre. It says on the bottom, October 24th. It's so easy now to get that date right. Hopefully you're all doing well. Welcome. How's everyone doing? I got here a bit late. I've had half of my dinner, so I'm excited for future dinner. And Angelo, what's up? Dinner? Gonna bet he's gonna make a cutlery deck. Oh, you know it. That's actually how we ended on the last stream. I'm really excited to play Swift with Cutlery. It looks really fun. How's it going, Angelo? Also, Jessica, yay! Yeah! Hype! How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. We never talked about that SSO deck of yours that we played pretty terribly more than once. And maybe that's for the best. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. We're gonna play some Netrunner tonight. For sure. We streamed on the weekend. We streamed for 6 hours. 5 hours, maybe? These glasses are really dirty. I have nothing to clean them with. This is now my life, I guess. We streamed for a while. Hopefully that's all right. Maybe for the people in Europe. What's up? Also, Sean, what's up? Hello, Andre. Please play the tank. Thank you. It's super unlikely. I don't know why you'd want that. We considered it at some point, and then we played a really bad IG deck on the weekend. Maddie, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully you got home all right. Maui, what's up? Finally, the beginning of the stream. Yeah, welcome. 8:45. We're a bit late. Usually 5 minutes of the intro, but everything's gonna go okay. Yo, Jim, what's up? Evening. Enjoyed the cat sitting stream. Glad you liked it. I'm actually pretty interested for those because like for the longer streams that go up on YouTube, obviously they have like viewership numbers to them, but how do people watch them? Do people like roll the full 5 hours, or do you just like jump between games? Because like I don't know how that works. Gentle, how's it going? Hey peoples, hey, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully you're having a good Thursday. Ready for the Humphrey Rumor Mill alt art. Oh my god, that'd be good. Also, Rob, I didn't say hey, forgot it was Thursday. I almost did too, I'll be honest. Usually figure out like halfway through the day. We didn't talk about it, but you did much better the second week. Yes, we did. Pat was there though. You put together 1.5 good games and still won second despite trying your hardest to throw it away. I'm so proud. You watched the longer ones in 2 pieces. Okay, that's cool. That's really, really cool. Because like I don't structure my format really. I don't know. It's mostly a stream and then it just goes somewhere. So I don't even know if like a 6-hour stream is watchable in VOD. But that's really cool. If I watch YouTube, I'll jump between games. How's it going, user? Okay, that makes sense. Welcome. Cool. The weekend was amazing. Love the long streams. Watched pretty much all of it. Usually an hour blocked over a couple of days. That's a good way to do it. Maybe we should put timestamps. I don't know. Maybe I should go through and put timestamps. Would that help? If I go through a longer stream and put timestamps for like the beginning of games? Is that worth it? Decklist of the week, that's where we're starting. This is a competitive deck, 20th at Worlds, 4-1 at Crown of Lasers, a team tournament. This deck is by EG Almost. I think this is the basis also of like a lot of people were playing this like Tug to Gut and a couple other players. Seems good. Aesop's Pawn Shop, install with the Proco. You got a lot of stuff going on. You got Stargate, David, Clot. Some really cool stuff in here too. Compile. And Compile's a card you don't see a lot of. Pretty cool when it comes to pulling Davids from your deck over and over again when you need it. This deck also relies on Brahmin, which is something I don't think I've ever played, and I'm a bit nervous about it because it seems a bit tricky. So we'll figure it out. Stamps would be sweet. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I had you live while I did chores and cooked Sunday out pretty hard in general. Sundayed out pretty hard. Oh, I see. I got it. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll consider that. That's actually pretty good. It's not that hard to do, I don't think. So not too much to go. This is like very similar to all the other sort of like Haley decks that we've seen for the last couple of months. Really good stuff. A lot of different answers. Obviously we have the Clot, we have the Misdirection. The Leprechaun is probably necessary with cards like Brahmin and I don't know, Stargate to close the game out. We got Technical Writer. Hunting Grounds is that hot tech, and we got that Beth. Looks like just some good stuff. We got a Freedom. That generally pairs with the Stargate because that's our only multi-access in the whole deck. We have no HQ pressure really, which is something that Shapers generally get away with. A lot of times with Shapers, holding the Agendas in HQ might be better than keeping them in R&D, give or take. Cody, what's up? This deck is fiddly. Good luck. Hey, welcome to the YouTube side. Okay. Ooh, I'm feeling scared now, but I think we can pull it off. I don't know. We've been struggling. We've been playing a fair bit of Shaper over the last month. It's kind of been a bit difficult just because like dragging cards hasn't been working properly all the time. So hopefully we don't just goof up some triggers because that's harder than playing the deck itself. I don't know, could timestamps ruin when a game ends suddenly or you won't end it for a while, the drama is gone? I think you have a point there, and like we kept that in mind back in the day when we used to do like more tournament stuff. If it was a short game, we would pad it. But I think these timestamps would be in the description. So yeah, it could, but I think you'd kind of have to like really look at them and do math or stuff. If you just look and click on the first one. I see your point though. Yo, Baza, happy Thursday to you as well. How's it going? How's everyone's week going? I got a busy week next week, I'll be honest. So this is like the end of like calm, relax. Mixtape for the street sweepers. Okay. Next week is gonna be a bit nuts. The street sweepers. I spent most of this evening playing. I don't know if anyone in chat has ever played the card game. It's discontinued now. You still can find the cards, but Ash's Rise of the Phoenixborn. If Pat is watching this, he's probably gonna be in for a big surprise. I played this game with Pat like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and Pat got really into it. I think he bought most of the cards. They discontinued it maybe a year and a half ago, give or take, and I just picked up a whole bunch of cards because it seemed fun. And it's been pretty good. It's been pretty cool. Nats next weekend. Yeah, that's the San Francisco, right? That's the San Francisco Nationals. There's a post on Reddit on our Netrunner if you want to check it out. It says a lot of stuff. I think they even have like a really cute URL. Do you know that Cody, the URL to the US Nats page? I'm playing a ton of working on JNet with some new playing coworkers. Lots of fun. Oh, that's super cool to hear. At work, we used to play pretty consistently, and it's been a bit more dodgy now, but we're coming back at it, which is actually really nice because it's like a really nice way to spend a lunch with some friends. Oh boy, this is a mukbang. How's it going, Argentina? And the dot run, is that it? Quacktopus, cool. All right, we're against Sync, so misdirection's super important for this matchup on the basis that that hard-hitting news, these are not only hard tags to remove, they cost 3 credits and a click, but hard-hitting news is likely on the board. Even economic warfare can be really scary. We also have, what's it called? Hunting Grounds, which is really good against things like Data Raven. I don't know if anybody played, there's another ice, it's like a 2 res 4 strength code gate, end the run, but you can take a tag to get through it. But, oh, cheers. That's very kind. Most recent cute Netrunner URL I've seen. Oh, YouTube filtered it. Yeah, you're right. YouTube filtered it and didn't even give me an option. 2019usnots.com. Okay, we'll pull it up. Giles, how's it going? Welcome. Authenticator. Yeah, that's it. We're going to keep this. We can do Proco, ASOPs, install, and double install, credit. Yeah, it seems fine. So I'll make sure. We do have Sure Gamble, which obviously would be good here. Authenticator. Yeah, that's a weird one. Get to watch Andre play Shaper again. Yeah, tell me about it. Oh my god. You've been playing way too much Shaper. It's going to stop after the Necklace of the Week today. Don't worry. They mulligan too. That's always a good start. And this is also really important. This is a 40 card deck. So they just can have 18 to 19 points of agendas. A lot of times there's Quantum Kitties in here. Sometimes 15 minutes. Like, it's really good to keep that track. I played so many games where against Sync where I've done the math wrong. I thought they'd have more agendas and they only have 1. Sometimes this deck, back when it came out, was playing News Team. So the agenda density was like super goofy. We're going to do the double install here. And I think we're just going to do Proco, and Astrolabe early would be pretty good. We can double install the 2 hardware, and then we can get the cash down to pawn if we don't get something good. We don't know where to put the Cyber Cipher just yet. I don't think that sees play out of Acme. I haven't even seen a C play in Acme. Okay, I don't know what the hell this is. Chat, what is this? This looks like a reversed accounts, I'll be honest. Or an NGO front. Either of those I don't think we get. This play is so brave. I don't think we need to interact with it. We're Shaper. We set up. We're getting the late game. Let's get to that part. Okay, so we can double install cache into self-modifying code. That has some value. That gets us a misdirection. And then we can just install a single Astrolabe. I think more likely we just want to get the daily cast down for money. So let's do that. And we'll install single. We don't get a double install, but this is good. We can always pawn it. So 2019 US Nationals. Boom. Check that out. 2019 US Nationals. It's coming up just this week. Next weekend, excuse me. So if you have any deets, this is in San Francisco area. There's an Artist Bazaar. Do check that out for sure. It's a bit out of my neck of the woods, but I have no doubt there's going to be some pretty strong competition there. There's the NGO front. So they just moneyed up. They have a huge amount of credits. C-Source, also a card we have to watch out for, which can be pretty tricky considering we have no way to remove a tag outside of spending clicks. And speaking of spending clicks, let's find some cards. So we have a double install here. That's probably good enough. We can always throw out the Proco. This will definitely draw us at least 1 card this game, which is nice. And they're not doing anything aggressive, which is pretty good. Is that the advanceable ambush that tags Ghost Branch? It's unlikely. I don't know. Most of those traps you want to double advance. So that's okay. We drew a card. We got the Clawed in hand. server 2. Our money is okay. I don't know if we want to clone chip into the cache to install the lady. That's probably okay. Having clone chip is good for fast advance threat, but it doesn't look like they're fast advancing. I think we might actually do that just so we can roll a bit aggressively. I usually don't play this aggressively when I'm playing Shaper, and I think I should be. That seems better, right? Sad I can't go to SF. How's it going, Vincent? Because I was invited to a wedding over there just 2 weeks later. Don't have money for both. Hey, a wedding is still pretty good, though. We have the Stargate. The MU for the Stargate's a bit tricky, but we can always pop SMC 4. That's the problem, though, of using the clone chip, is that if we want to pull SMC for misdirection, it's a lot harder now. This is likely a Rashida, I'm assuming. We can always play just the daily cast. I think we can draw once more, and then we can double install these, which is pretty sweet. We throw out the Proco. Oh, we already did double install. No, that should have been on their turn. Fuck. I goofed the timing. The double install should have been on your turn. Mind if I take mine? Yeah, that clone chip should have been on their turn before we started ours. So we're just going to take a click back. And we'll just put another cast down, which is good. And then we can throw out the Proco. All right. That's Rashida, so that's good. They're going to draw a fair bit. I think we just want to get that Stargate down. Again, we don't have access to misdirection if they hit us with things like economic warfare into all the tags. That can be pretty difficult. So maybe we want to draw for the clone chip. Maybe using it that aggressively is bad. But, oh, there you go. The problem was the SMC and the MU. Oh, we do have 2 MU, actually. We can just drop the Stargate. That's probably pretty good. We do want to find the hunting grounds because the Ravens are annoying. Why don't we have access to Misty? Oh, we do. I thought I was going to trash the SMC for a Leprechaun to get the Stargate down, but I forgot we have 5 MU. IPO 24 credits. Again, I don't want to run yet because of C-Source. C-Source into All Seeing Eye is really scary. We're going to pawn this. But our money's getting there. And I think we're still going to do that Shaper thing, which we have an inevitability. That's a cheap install. Ika also a cheap install, so that's a double install. We don't have a tech writer yet, which definitely would have been sweet by this point in the game. I don't know if we need another stim hack. I guess we can draw once more. That's important. So worst card in our hand, I don't know if we need 2 stim hacks. We're kind of set up pretty well. The Claude actually probably doesn't matter much. You can always free install this and then pawn it, which is kind of nice. It fires tech writer when we have 3 of them in the deck. Maybe that's better than Stimhack. I think Stimhack is okay too because we have an SMC on the table. I don't think this is a Claw matchup. 15 minutes could be a thing for sure. Hey, Padraig, how's it going? Time to finish my games real well. What's the deck? This is the deck list of the week. It's a pretty basic, well, not basic. It's like a pretty polished competitive Haley deck. Aesop's Pawn Shop for restricted. So, hey, that's install advanced events. There's always a threat that this is fly on the wall. That's always kind of scary. This is not for upgrades. I think at this point we might just want to drop the misdirection. Oh, then we have to pawn something. Oh, I fucked that up. Oh, we have the misdirection in hand though. So we could SMC for Leprechaun, install our Stargate on that, and then try and Stargate. Currently the only thing that goofs us is code gates. I think we might want to do that. If this is reversed accounts though, it's really, really bad for us, but at least we have the misdirection. This should have been on their turn as well. Fuck. Do this on your turn. Fly's brutal in sync. Yeah, Fly's really strong. Yeah, we should have done this on their turn before starting our turn, so we had no card draw, so this didn't change anything. I don't know if this will matter. Because we didn't need the credits for that. Thank you, thank you. I gotta think it better. From here, we can always just Stargate. We have 20 credits at 22. We're good with sentries and a pinch and barriers. Let's try and disrupt them. Hopefully we hit a hard-hitting news or a C-source here. And there you go. That's the IP block. So we could just fire the trace here, actually. Or spend, what is it, credit and a token? Credit and a token is cheaper. We want to get our money. So we get a reveal 3. There's no shuffle and trash one of these. So hey, we called Authenticator. That's pretty cool. There's a daily quest. There's a hedge fund. I don't know how good the daily quest is for them. The ICE is Authenticator, which we do have ways to deal with bypass, but we break this for like, what, 2 credits eventually with our Sai. I don't think we want them to have the quest. I'm not contesting the remote. We probably should be. And there's Brahmin, a card I really don't know how to play. So that's the reason why we want to keep around our Parishas that we pawned. So maybe that was wrong. We could consider stim hacking this. If there's 2 Ravens, it's a problem. I think we might just want to continue setting up. We'll install our Aprecia. And we can install the misdirection as well. I don't want to lose it. Whatever, we can just single install this. It's not that bad. We have feel for the Brahmin. We could have gone for that double install there if we really care to. I don't even know how to play this, but your self-commentary seems like a good pace and level of detail. Glad you're liking it. It's a bit hard sometimes to play optimally and commentate fully. I try to explain most things, at least. When we interact with their board, we'll talk a bit more about them. But right now, I'm playing around a couple of cards. C-Source is a problem. If they have more money than us, C-Source into closed accounts puts us kind of out of the game into a big way. They just drew a hedge fund. So that's scary. C-Source and closed accounts. C-Source into the exchange of information matters once there's agendas on the table. Reversed accounts matters, economic warfare matters, hard-hitting news matters, and a lot of that stuff can be countered, besides the C-Source stuff, by misdirection. And should they have money? We're not going to pawn this. I think we want to keep this for Brahmin. It's the only way that we can deal with Excalibur, I'm pretty sure. Which I don't expect to be in the deck. Notably not playing around Fry on the wall, but I think that's fine. Yeah, it's a super rare card. They could have done Fly into closed for sure. But it's pretty uncommon. I want to see more Fly. I think Fly is pretty sweet. And they're not doing anything here. They're probably scared about the barrier, but this could easily be an NGO front. But they're just getting money, which is weird. If that's an NGO front, like playing 2 hedge funds just make HQ a lot shittier. I'm interested in running HQ here. I really liked Eco when it came out. I'm disappointed it seems to have vanished and I never want to play it anymore. Yeah, okay, we can just end the run here. This, we don't want to take the tag. We want to find our hunting grounds. It's 1 in 23 to get through this cheaply. By cheaply, I mean generally 3 credits. So we know on the top of their deck is an Authenticator. So we don't have to go for the Stargate. We could do it next turn probably. Let's just keep doing our thing. Let's find another piece of hardware. It's probably just worth playing this first and then the clone chip. This is good against closed accounts if we build it up. Oh, did I fuck up our clicks? Yeah, I fucked up our clicks. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Brahmin return the empty lady. The deck seems good too. Yeah, you can do that. You also can return empty David, which is absurd. There's a lot of good plays in this. Having the clone chip is way better than Tech Writer just because of the threat. That's a 5/3. It's what, a food? It's a degree mill. Fantastic. They scored that. Does nothing really for them. I think I want to get down. Oh, we should have pawned that. Pawning the casts. I hit that button too soon. Because you want to pawn the casts, you get an extra credit. So instead of taking 2, we take 3. We don't want to pawn anything else. At this point, we can just get the Brahmin down. I want to get the clone chip down, which gives us access to SMC if we have the MU on the Leprechaun, and then we can pull David. I think that's pretty cool. Proco once for another. Okay, we didn't get it. So we can do this, and then we can go into Stargate. Ice Wall, whoa. So that actually probably means that they're trying to kill us with Boom, or something of that sort. Because this is a small influence cards they're putting in their deck, so I'm assuming they can play Consulting Visit. This is, yeah, we're going to be recycling our lady a fair bit with our Brahmin for sure. It's a pretty elegant combo. Sometimes you IA and then want to draw the punishment. Yeah, also could be a punitive deck. I think it's more likely that's not. Thimble Rig, that's honestly pretty annoying for us. We'd have to Brahmin it. Authenticator, which is fine. They already drew one, and Rashida. We'll get rid of the Thimble Rig. Thimble Rig also lets him pull out the gross Data Raven tag combos into other stuff. I don't like that. And Archives has 4 cards in it. Now let's just Proco and throw out something. Yeah, for Fly, you're right. You could leave it. For Fly, you definitely could leave it. So, hey, our lady only gets through the Ice Wall now, but we can always do the trace through here. It's only 3 credits. It's 2 credits cheaper. We're assuming that's an Authenticator they drew once, and then we're assuming that's a Rashida. So I actually think we want to just make them spend money. We can run server 2. We trash a Rashida for free with Appreciation. They have to spend money resing it. Even like worst case, if we need to pull our Cyber Cipher or anything, we can always just clone chip for a cash and then install Brahmin or Cyber Cipher from hand. So like we're pretty safe from now on as long as we keep our money up. And they got to jam things in remote. So this is Surveyor. In theory, this is why you want David, but this is not at that point yet. This is also more Wayland cards, so if they are playing, I don't know, it's hard now, right? Because they're playing usually 2 or 3 of this, that's 6 influence, and 7, 8, 9, then they can play like 1, what's it called? high threat. The kill card, the Wayland meat damage one. Threat level alpha, isn't it? Shit. Okay, what do we do here? Do we just Ika it? I think we do. We break it for, yeah, okay. Oh, I fucked that up. So we already boosted it. We'll just break it. Okay. Relatively affordable. They'll see a second one. We can always move the Ika. It's just an ice wall. Okay, so we have the counter. And we're going to trash the Rashida. So now we have more money than them by a large amount. So I'm not scared about like closed, reversed, economic, or any of that stuff. There's the Rashida. We'll take the pre-stitch credits only for assets, not for upgrades. And we'll definitely trash it. Okay. I forgot what was on top of the deck. I'm assuming it was something. I don't know. We definitely need to pawn this next turn so we can get going from there. But we could also just install the Brahmin. We haven't installed this turn. I want to get HQ, but we really need to find our hunting ground, so let's hunt for it. How much MU do we have? 1, 2, 3. Our MU is fucked up. Oh, because of Ika. Yeah, never mind. That's always going to get me. David gets good. David gets through Surveyor. David doesn't get through much else. This is awkward. We could double install here for sure. We want to trash the lady. I don't think we want to overinstall it because we want to get Brahmin down. So I think we're going to put Brahmin on this, and I don't know, maybe throwing out the SMC isn't correct. We can always use it a bit more aggressively. How's it going, Andrew? High profile tag death. That's it. High profile target. I don't even think we need the stim hack anymore. Our money's really good. So, okay, we'll host this. And another for, we could install the David. I don't see why we don't. Actually, maybe David's bad, right? Oh, we can always David with the Brahmin over and over again, but sometimes it's cool to have David. I guess it needs to be in your deck, right? If you play Compile. And I think we just want to hit a Stargate every turn and camp the remote from now on. Topless Authenticator Rashida? I think you might be right. That sounds right. So hunting grounds again, then we get through this for just a trace 3. We could always move this thing, but then it costs like 3 as well, so we're just gonna trace it. And they might be on like 6 3-pointers and then 2 cards that there's an asset that you can spend 3 clicks to make it worth 1 agenda point. I think it's called Hive Mind, but it's not. I always get that one wrong. And now the squeeze is on them. Can pawn and compile from bin too. Yeah, I think we need to. They're playing Attitude Adjustment. They're consulting for it. So there's a consulting visit. So that's why they're playing Ice Wall. It's because they need a lot of Wayland cards in their deck. So it's probably like 3 Surveyors. Maybe two Surveyors, 2 Ice Walls, 1 high profile target, 1 Ice Wall, I don't know. And they shuffled 2 SSLs to gain 4 credits. So there's 2 SSLs in R&D, which is kind of where we want to go with our Stargate. And I think we just, how do we get through this? We don't pawn, do we pawn this? No, we just Brahmin it, right? I think we just Brahmin it. Echo Chamber, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I always fuck that up. Okay, so we could pawn this and then we have to use a clone chip on it. Or we can just Brahmin it. I think we might just Brahmin it. Yeah, okay. You can break Ice Wall with Brahmin and send Brahmin to the top of the stack. Oh, you can always do that. That's true. I don't think that's good. But you can. Alright, let's see how this goes. We always return Stargate. We definitely want to turn Precia and Lady. So there's the Authenticator. So unfortunately we don't have a code gate for this. We can take the tag. It's 3 credits to remove. So we could Brahmin this. Them getting the money is inconsequential really, but the tag. So it costs 2 credits. So 3 credits. Yeah, let's try this. I've never used this before. Let's try it. So put a non-virus on top of your deck. There's the lady. So this we can also break with this. Fully break Ice Wall. We'll put the Precia on top and then we'll trace this thing. Then we'll do like Sure Gamble, maybe draw, and then we can double install. They can trace us on this. We don't want to take the tag from the Authenticator because then the IP block actually ends the run. So this is a really cheap. Oh fuck, shit. I forgot to boost. Oh boy, do you mind? Man, this is really sloppy. I just hit continue. Oh, I can't restart gate. Shit, this is really clumsy. Because we have to do all that again. Oh, Brahmin is AI. Oh, you're right. Oh, we are fucking. So we have to bury the Brahmin. Okay, so we goofed it anyways. So that should have ended the run. Well, now we have another chance at that, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I totally forgot it's an AI. IP block's gonna punish us. Okay, well, we'll do that again. Okay, so we're gonna do trace. Yeah, that's a way to get through it. So we bounced that. I totally forgot the AI hate on that, but we fucked the trace up anyways, I think. Okay, 3 cards. Degree Mill, hard hitting news. So we have the money advantage. So obviously the Degree Mill, we do have the current that says when we run archives, or basically if we access an agenda, it's worth 1 more. So now this is worth 4 points if it stays in there. So we can do draw. It's not amazing. We could gamble here, which is okay. We can do draw, double, install, which, what does it cost us? It costs us like a fair bit. It costs us 8, which puts us down at, so I just want to make sure that we don't get, so I'm gonna definitely do draw once. Gamble. We could draw again, discarding a card, not something I think we really want to do. And I don't think we want to run archives until we have a current. There actually might be 2 agendas in there. For what it's worth, you don't have to steal this one. You can always just access it, but I want to get through our deck. I really do want to get to our deck. If we SMC and then pop SMC to pull something from our deck, it'll shuffle, so we don't have the card we want on the top. I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we need the stim hack. Stim hack is definitely good though. Oh, yeah, we can do that. No, this is definitely clumsy. This is something we also put on top of our deck for sure. Yo, Donald, how's it going? What's up? Recently got Thursday nights off at work. Now I get to live match ball experience. Not that I don't enjoy the VODs. What's the theme tonight? Today we're going to be playing some Eater Swift decks. We played against a friend, Eric George, last week. Or on Sunday, maybe? I forget when it was. Maybe it was last week. And the deck was absolutely disgusting. And I really want to try and see what that's like. Okay, double advance in a remote server. We know that they have hard-hitting knees in hand. Do we pawn something? I think we might just pawn the SMC. Remember Ladies Neck to draw? Yeah, totally. Which we kind of need for this remote. If we could just pull it with the SMC, which is not great. I think we might pawn the SMC. Or we can pull the SMC for something and then run this. I don't know. The chance of this being an NGO front is like pretty high. They have 2 and they need the money. And we know there's a hard-hitting news on top of R&D. What do we do? This is 3 credits plus a way to get through Ice Wall, which we don't have currently. But that's not that expensive. Froco once. Man, I slapped together a Garbo Swift deck this evening and man, that card has such value. It's good. I didn't realize how good Stim Hack is. Sai on R&D seems suggested. It's worth MU. Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. I think this should be the Sai on here, just because we get through that for 2 credits and then we don't have to install Brahmin, and we can just use 1 counter per turn on that. The thing is we have to like camp this remote for sure. So I think we just play Lady. I think we use the SMC for like a cash, pull the Lady out, and run server 2. That's my line of play here. In theory, we have to host this on here. Okay. So now we can run this relatively cheaply. We have the 6 credits on here if we really need to. There's no really reason to stim hack this. We need to keep these cards in hand. In the next turn. I'm assuming this is a NGO front. And then we probably actually pop the Tech Writer. I want to click on this card. There you go. And as soon as I put another ice on here, like we can start Daviding through this over and over again, which is pretty good. And this ice would be really bad if we had any other breaker besides Lady, but Lady actually gets taxed out by these barriers. Oh wow, that's an SSL endorsement. That's big money for them. I think we're gonna Proco once. We could always run this. They probably have a preemptive or something in their deck, but basically now all we need to do to win the game is to draw our freedom through equality. So Proco once. That's not it. And I think we'll just take this money. I don't know if there's really anything we have to be worried about. They'll be on 10 credits. They could hedge fund once and then hard hitting news us for value. We misdirection out of that. I don't even think we need to do, we need to like panic and technical writer. I think we can just like Proco again. Yeah, it's almost just as good. I think you can check the bin. Yeah, maybe they're doing that just because they think it's over. We could probably just check the bin. We could have ran the bin there for sure, right? Because we don't have to steal this if we don't need to. But we have 1 in 14 to draw the card that we want. We could even thin our deck out by like doing clone chip into SMC to pull other cards out if we like really want to min max how good our draw is. Trashing the ice wall, which is a really good ice, but they don't want us to get through the surveyor. If they don't advance this card, 1 advance, wow. I don't know if we need to fight that. We'll pawn this. I don't know if we need to run that. It looks like another NGO front again. Let's find that current. Yeah, we found the hunting grounds, which is sweet. We can hammer HQ. Once a turn. Authenticator also. That doesn't really do much. I assume that we just want to like install our Sai. We can now Brahmin through this because we have hunting grounds, but I think we'll probably just get the Sai on here. MU sucks at this point. We have an Astrolabe, Akamatsu Mem chip, but we're having MU problems because we really need to get the Brahmin on here because it's 2 MU. So I'm assuming we'll just lose Aprecia at this point. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to trash this. Can we drag? Please be able to drag. Damn, we're good. Double install? No, thanks. We'll just Stargate this. It's like, what? 5 credits? They're making good money, though. We just got to make sure that we don't fall too far behind and we lose to Hardy News or C-Source or something. And here they can trace us. That's fine. We don't have an AI. We can always click this for 7, which is like a lot of money. I'll just pay 3. Okay, never mind. I'll do the trace. If you have freedom, you may want to just draw into it. No point yet. Stack is almost gone. If we hit an agenda here, we win. But I think you're totally right. There's not that much of a reason to. Trashing the Surveyor is fine. So they'll be at 11 credits. I think we're actually just going to pop panic and pop the Tech Writer. Just so we have 20 credits, because they're going to be on 11. This could be an NGO front, so they could be on 8 plus that. So they could have like 11 credit burst. So in theory, it's possible for them to have more money than us and Harding News us. I just don't think it's that bad, because we install Misdirection, spend 4. You probably could just check the bin here. Yeah, there's an NGO front. Advance. So I'm glad we popped that, otherwise they would have had more money than us. Again, it might not matter unless they do C-Source closed or something bad here. And single advance cards are not that scary. It's a daily quest. Okay. So 13. And they're doing a hard hitting news, which honestly, it's probably worse for them than us. We have more money than them. And like, it's probably in our best interest for them to spend all the money. We spend nothing and just install Misdirection. MU sucks. That's the only problem. I think we actually pawned the David. I think we've seen all the big ice in their deck. One's in the bin. Trace 6? Oh. So we could just spend 6. That's a strange number they picked. Why? I wonder why they did 6. Because we can install this, spend 3 clicks and 4. No, we just pay 6 and no clicks. So if we want to get down, no, we don't need our Misdirection. I think we just Proco at least once or twice here for freedom. Compile, doesn't do anything. Cash. MU sucks right now. We should have pawned something if we really wanted to install things. They're going to have more money next turn, right? As long as we don't run, it doesn't matter. But we can double install. This is not amazing. We can install something but trash something. I think we trashed the David, but then we missed a pawn, which we really don't want to do. We could have pawned the clone chip, but then we could have just clone chip cash, pawn the cash. As long as MU's fine. I think we'll just install the cash on this. We just keep our money going. They still need to score 4 points. They made a lot of money there. That's the final daily quest, I think. think no, we let them draw that one because we trashed the ice. They threw out 4 cards. I don't know. We haven't seen restricted yet, have we? So maybe they're on food. But I'm assuming they're just on 6/3s. And then they're trying to kill us with hard-hitting news or something. Because they are on consulting. And consulting almost always screams hard-hitting news. I mean, kill. You've Cash Room on Leprechaun? Yeah, we figured it out. 3rd ice on R&D. Okay, so I think we're just going to try and draw into our win con. Ice got a lot worse with Hunting Grounds. We can run HQ for 3 credits, but let's try and just find the card that wins us the game, which is this one. Run Archives. GG. Yeah, it was only one agenda. Pay to steal. Good game. Yeah, I was in there for sure. It was in the deck. That little cheap ice authenticator seemed okay. And yeah, we saw they are on Echo Chamber, and they do have Boom instead. That makes more sense because I think they're on 3 Surveyor, 3 Ice Wall, and then maybe Boom on top of that. Or probably Boom's one of the Wayland cards. Thanks for the game. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's cool. I feel like in the early game, if they just jammed a bit faster, right? Like they just played all these econ cards and jammed things. Maybe they even could have done an early Echo Chamber. They threw this card out. They might have been in a better spot. Or just getting an early daily quest probably matters enough. I wonder if this deck runs like DRM, Digital Rights Management? Because they just need a jam. Weird to see sync with no kitties? Yeah, kind of is. And like the sync ability mattered. I don't think it mattered that much in this deck, right? Like the Data Raven's good. The Authenticator's a bit better. IP Block's a bit better. But, and the smaller deck size, I think, is one of the bigger things here. But they could have probably been any other NBN identity, and it'd probably be comparable, right? Like, as Mari would probably just be better. They would have made a bunch more money. And that's the thing, is like, this is kind of a deterrent to how we play. We play more cautiously, just because we know spending 12 credits to clear hard hitting news sucks. Come on, Brahmin's cool. That's the rest of our deck. So there's the memory we wanted. It would just make things a little bit less clumsy, but we definitely could have pulled it off. Obviously, you wanted to check writers as early as possible. I don't know if it's worth mulliganing for. I think you'd mulligan for Proco or Aesops before Tech Writer, but we drew both of them, which is great. And then just the hedge funds would be okay. You stream? Yeah. Yep. On Twitch, YouTube, Metropole Grid. All the streams are on VODs, so it's... Oh, they already left. I'm talking to no one. Fuck. Brahmin equals life. I've honestly never played Brahmin, so it looked good. We did fuck up the IP block thing and got it, do it again, which feels okay. Malus Lumen. Here we go. PE. We don't have any tech cards against net damage. Like we don't have, a lot of times this deck can have like a, what's it called? A feedback filter. We don't have that. So going into this matchup for a deck that probably wants to kill us, we have Clot, which is good. So they can't fast advance a Philotic Entanglement for the kill or a Sting for the kill. Hey, how's it going? So that's cool. I think Stargate's one of the best things we have. Proco and Beth is okay. Beth can sometimes be a liability because she can like draw you to death. This opening hand's okay just because we have Proco, and I think we're gonna want to draw a fair bit against PE, but all we really want, we don't want to play too many cards in this matchup, so like we don't want to play too many cards. That's largely it. I think we can keep this hand. Hey, best of luck, have fun. Hey Charles, how's it going? Possibly returning player. How's the metagame at the moment? Also, do you or anyone in the community host online tournaments? I don't. Nisei does, which is really good. They have an Eternal tournament that was just announced recently. Fetal, Hedge Fund, Komainu, Preemptive Voter, and Hedge Fund. So the hand is a Fetal in it. Their hand is Fetal, Komainu, Preemptive Voter. Anyways, they do, which is great. I probably should be at some point. Right now the metagame is really great and really diverse. Worlds was just a couple weeks ago, and in the top 16 corps there was 12 different IDs represented. Runner was a bit more. I think there wasn't like much of some factions represented, but it's like been pretty great right now. Like no joke, it's been fantastic. Clot's not bad here, honestly. Yeah, Clot's pretty okay. Ender, how's it going? I'm always terrified of scarcity with Haley. Yep, I am as well. I think we're gonna go for the double install draw. Yeah, so you saw, like, you've seen Worlds other years where scarcity can sometimes just be the biggest issue. Game is doing really well. Yeah, new cards are coming out really soon. I think it's by the end of the year. Woo! Kill switch. Do a trace. We played this on the weekend. We actually got a kill with this. 5 influence in this PE deck. That makes me less scared of biotic labor. But if we steal or access, or they score an agenda and they just drew, what did they draw? So we don't know. This could be a fetal or an unknown card. But basically we need to have money. Otherwise, we're going to get brain damaged on a trace 3. Which is pretty good. Now, it's really easy to clear this if they're running a lot of small agendas, which a lot of times happens in PE. But sometimes they just pay big ones, like the Fetal and the Obakata, and then they play Punitive, which could make sense. But yeah, I guess you could still play this in Punitive. Losing things to damage also is not that important. Let's find a resource and double install. Fuck. Compiled's not great in this matchup. Michael, how's it going? Haley versus P. Haley, install your HP away. Yeah, look at us go. And we have voter intimidation to some extent. Keeping the Proco is good. They also showed us Kamino, so Hunted Grounds has some good value. I think we're just going to install this. And oh, we had another click. Oh, that's awkward. I fucked that up. I'm just going to take a credit here. We could install the mem. Yeah, actually, we'll do that. We don't want to throw out cards for no reason. The MU is actually kind of bad because it makes Cortex Lock worse. But we don't want to keep our money up so we don't get brained to death. Syncopate Thursday. How's it going? Welcome. Where's that spicy DSX? Tell him. I know. There's only so many Shaper Tech cards you can play. Oh, looks. This is going to be bad. That's the Sting. So that's one of the cards they top decked. So there's still a Fetal in hand. So they hit our Compile, whatever. They hit our Clot, fine. And now we have to pay all our money. We're taking a brain damage. Oh, fuck me. Oh, that hurts. This is probably good. I'm going to wager this will help us. Could also mill us. So we just need to keep our money up. And we just need to find that Fetal to turn the current off. Even that, we have to do trace. By the way, what's the song that was playing at the beginning of the stream? This is pretty cool so far. That's a good question. It was either Possible Light by Ziv Moran, or the one before that was probably Nobody Else by K Solis. I'll just throw the name here, actually. It was either this one or that one, is the assumption. But we can't be sure. Alright, we just want to find a Stargate right and end this game. Just end it. Beth, for the credit. This isn't good. I don't know if we should be running for singles. I don't think so. Discard down to 4 cards. Oh yeah, fuck. I mean, what that. Cool, look them up. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, of course. No problem. Showing us their hand again. That's good money for them, which helps with that trace. So we'll see voter intimidation, preemptive action, a breach dome. There's a Cortex Lock that we installed 2 MU into, which is fucking a mistake. There's a Fetal AI in the remote, which we want them to score. And that's largely it. Compile SMC Stargate would be nice but expensive, and it requires a resed ice. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it does. Don't need our cards. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We probably should be installing as many cards. Like, that seems like a mistake. Maybe we can win off of a single Stargate. I'm assuming they're on Obakata. But we also need to keep our money up, so this isn't a real threat. I don't know how much Aesop's. That's another celebrity gift ripped off the top. That's all 3 gifts. They might just preemptive the gifts in. So we saw Breach Dome, Cortex Lock, preemptive voter. So they're going to score the Fetal, which is something that's generally okay for them to score. But we want just like a Stargate. We could turn the current off. It's pretty bad when they're going to slow. Oh, they're slow rolling it. Oh, yeah, because it's a double. Just slam R&D. You're basically set up. Yeah, we just can't lose this card. We need to find an SMC. Bafangula. They also be on Arc Lockdown. I think at this point we can just slam R&D. There's a Breach Dome in hand. They can hit a Snare here, which would be bad. We just want to make sure we have a click left to clear the Snare tag. And Geofront. Fuck out of there. We're going to discard too many cards here. I think we're just going to double install this stuff, which kind of sucks. I think the Brahmin's probably more important. And they definitely have Kakugo. Oh, we have another click left. I'm just fucking that up a fair bit. They might... I'm just going to click for a credit here. They can voter intimidate either Proco and Aesop's. I I think Proko's probably the one that matters more, just because we draw a lot, but we're like halfway through our deck. Just after you compile the remote. Yeah, maybe we could. I don't know. I know it's a Kamainu, right? And we can't really deal with that well. I just want to Stargate. I just want to SMC so bad, because then we're just going to go in. Are you serious? I keep forgetting we have 5 clicks. That's why I'm goofing my click count up. Don't lose this. Gene Splicer. Okay. So Aprecia not getting value. What's the rate on Brahmin? 1 credit for 2 subs? Yep. And 2 for 1 strength. Okay, we revealed Fetal AI, so that's going to be 2 credits, 2 net damage, and a trace. Obviously, we lose this, we'll feel dumb. But that's why we drew a lot. This is a good way for them to play around Beth if they really want it. Trace 6? Yeah, we can't take brain damage. Kept our current. Damn, we're good. Lost bad cards. Alright. Don't get punitive. And so now what can we do? If we hit... We need to get that Stargate. Just give us an SMC. That's all we need is an SMC. We're going to take another... No. No. 10 influence. I think this is all they have. We lost the stim hack. That's fine. They're spending 7 credits to give us another brain damage. We lost our current. We're at max hand size 3. This is absolutely absurd. This is doing so much work. This helps against Kamainu. We still haven't found a Stargate, which is literally all we need. Their money sucks now, which is actually really good for us. Oh, did we forgot to pawn something? Yeah, I think we forgot to pawn the casts. Sorry, I hasn't been paying attention. Pawning the casts. This is fine. This is fine. This is totally fine. We have the Brahmin on the table. That's probably all we need. Brahmin's technically infinite money. No, that's not true. I think we'll just play. I think we can double install this. I don't know if we need to. We're running as hit points, but we still haven't seen a what's it called yet. Our hand size is limited. We haven't seen a Obakata yet, so cards in deck matter. And we lost our current, which this with Obakata would be sweet. But like, just please an SMC. 1 in 6 chance off the top of the stack. Install advance. Okay. Upon this, we'll remember, don't worry. Proko, SMC, fuck. Proko, SMC, fuck. Here we go. Hedge fund. We could run the remote, honestly. This sucks. This is fine. We just need that SMC. We just need the Stargate. Rashida gonna draw them a fair bit right there. Obviously, they drew a hedge fund, so they're definitely gonna be playing it next turn, I'm assuming. We know that they have a voter, which is online right now. I think they probably want to voter the hunting grounds. We still have to play a side game on that, and ways to click in at least like 1+ of their money. So there's a hedge fund. So we know voter preemptive. I'm surprised at this point they haven't preemptive back. What's it called? Their cards, their celebrity gifts. There's the Mushin no Shin. Oh, beans. This is Mushin no Shin. So far we haven't seen any real traps but Gene Splicer. You know what? I'm just gonna play into the Stargate. That'll work out. God, we just need an SMC. We just need an SMC. Can't compile it. SMC. SMC. That's good enough. Yeah, this fight's against Cortex Lock, so we don't have to deal with it. We still have... Oh, we have no unused MU. Take that, Cortex Lock. Run it or they win with the clones? What clones? They don't have the clones. Cortex Lock, Fetal AI, Sting. Okay, dang. What's worse? I think the Fetal AI is probably fine. It doesn't fire from the archives that well. So it's Cortex Lock into Sting. That's good to know. From here... So we can run R&D and then next turn after that cash and we might win. Yo, Node, how's it going? It's going well. Thanks for asking. We never want to take more than an advantage. We're getting like absolutely kill switched here. We're on 3 hand size against a P that's motioning things. Do we die to Ronin? No, just an Obakata. It's fine. That's fine. We can't steal that. That's fine. How much damage does Sting do? Trace 6. Oh my god. Okay, so if we steal a Sting, what does it do? We really want Beth to draw this point. And they preemptive. Okay, so the Sting is going back. I'm imagining the Fetal is going back as well. We forgot they had that in hand for sure, but now we have to run basically everything. This is okay. This is fine. This is fine. And we're still scared of the damage. So it's Gene Splicer, NGO, Fetal. Okay, that makes sense. So they didn't draw the Sting. We got that free card draw. That's pretty sweet. Gene Splicer, Kakugo, Rashida. So I think we'll do that and then we'll just run twice. This is less fine than it was. Nah, it's good. It's good. This is fine. We'll trash that. We'll run R&D again. We'll trash that. 1P, 1 base Sting. There's scored Sting if you steal. I never got that math down. I always have to read the card. At this point, we could draw once, which seems kind of bad. Hitting Snare is also kind of rough. We should have pawned this. It doesn't really matter. But we just run everything now. I don't think they have invincible traps. I think Mushin's just Gene Splicer. Knock on wood. You have them R&D locked, you're fine? Yes and no. Now we don't. Because they just drew an unknown card. And they still have 5 cards in HQ, we don't know what they are. We just know Voter Intimidation and I think a Cortex lock? Well, we're far from locked. They can always draw through it too. They can always do draw, install. If we only Stargate once. So that's 2 unknown cards. Voter Intimidation. This honestly doesn't matter, I don't think. What do we lose? I'm assuming the Hunting Grounds. Wow, the Pawn Shop. Honestly, that doesn't matter. I don't think that matters. I went 0. I just wanted them to play things. Stargate install cash. Our MU's used. We could have pawned cash last turn, but I like this cash because of the Cortex lock. Psychic Field, Crick, Psychic Field. Fuck me, okay. So we can just trash 2 Psychic Fields, that's probably a good start. But again, now they're drawing cards we don't know what they are. Stargate install cash, overinstall clone chip Stargate. Oh, you're right, we could get a second Stargate off if we overinstall this. That's actually very cool. We only have 3 hand size, we might as well play it. Yeah, we could double install the Stargate. That's actually very cool. We might do that next turn. Alright, hopefully that's not a Kakugo, but at least they're not jamming, they're jamming something. We have to run that. And we got a card first. I think we're just gonna run it. I think we're just gonna run it. We hit 2 Psychic Fields, so the worst that this could be is just like a hard snare. No res on that. Probably no res on this. I think this is Komainu. Yeah, that's a mistake. We're Hunting Grounds that. They definitely didn't want to res that. You can de-res. That's cool. Yeah, a lot of people goof that, but this actually has no subroutines if you have the Hunting Grounds. It's only once per turn. At least maybe there could be a Komainu here and they're playing around that. And then at that point we have to like clone chip that. It still serve a purpose. It might. It just might. Inazuma, Marcus Batty, some shit like that. Okay. Uh-oh. It's a House of Knives. Okay, that's good. Obviously they don't win. It clears the current. Trace 5. We will probably pay it. Okay. Very good. Let's start game. Oh, fuck. Piss off. Did you guys see that? Is my stream fucked? Oh, it's back. There's a pop-up for like something to update. We have to go through this. We just have to take the damage. And we have access to Claude, so they can't fast advance. They can't afford it, I don't think. I guess they could, like, what's it called? Audacity? Mushin no Shin, Breach Dome, Gene Splicer. Yeah, the World went dark, it did. That was an update for Java. It's good now. Gene Splicer, they win. It does damage. That's bad. Breach Dome, they draw. Mushin is fucking scary. I think we do the Mushin. I think we actually run HQ here, right? Oh, well, we don't want to die to Fetal. I think now we can run HQ. We, in theory, died to Neural. It's unlikely. There's only one more Fetal. We can't steal Obokata. I guess they would Mushin Obokata if they could. So only blackness, your face was the light in the dark. Oh. Yeah, there's the Obokata. Okay, so that's 5 damage. It doesn't win us the game, so we know it's in hand. They should just jam it, maybe. So they just drew... What was the second card? Man, God. Oh, Breach Dome. So they have a Breach Dome in hand. They have one Breach Dome probably in archives. Credit. Okay, cool. So now we can... The top card was Gene Splicer. So we just want to run this once and then Psychic Field it. I mean, Stargate it. So we'll just run it originally. Run R&D. Fully break Kakugo. We also could Stargate, use the Brahmin to put the Stargate top on the deck, re-drop it back. Nope. Like, we could do Stargate, return it with Brahmin with Stargate. It's not a virus, and then reinstall it, which we probably need to do if we need to put the gas on. Yo, Parallel, how's it going? Welcome. Breach Dome, Kill Switch, NGO front. I think the Kill Switch is probably fine. The NGO front is an advanceable trap. Like, we need to hit that Obokata probably. So now they just drew a Kill Switch, which if they play it, it's fine. That's all their influence. 15 influence on this. Man, if we had a feedback filter, we'd be golden. All right. Either the Breach Dome or the Obokata. Either way, we're in no rush. On top of their deck is... Oh, no, excuse me. The Kill Switch is on top of their deck. What's up tonight? After we play this deck list of the week, we're going to be building an Eater deck with Swift, which seems really good and mean and fun. We're running out of cards. We are running the hell out of cards. There's probably a Philotic in their deck somewhere. They only also have 13 cards. Snare would be bad for them, but equally bad for us. Let's hit that Breach Dome in hand. Oh, we should draw once more. We can't steal Obokata. This is stupid. We're fucking up. Preemptive. Oh, that's actually really good to know. All right, well, here we go. I don't think I've ever seen 15 influence on one card other than HBT. It's great. It's pretty cool. It fires a fair bit, and they're running 1-pointers, and it's still like firing consistently, which is nutty. They've spent like maybe 15 to 20 cards on the trace. Obokata, okay. Oh, hold on. I think we do the House of Knives, because if we do the Obokata, we have to run it. Right? Because they'll preemptive it. We'll just do the House of Knives here. I think we click for a credit, because that's enough to win. Oh, they know that we know the Obokata is there. Excuse me. So they might preemptive this. Either way, this might be okay. John, how's it going? I'm watching New Orleans this week on vacation. Oh, shit. Hey, enjoy. Welcome. Happy Thursday to you as well. Enjoy your vacation. What's your plan for New Orleans? Mike, you say run? I don't want to run because there's Breach Domes in here. They're playing the Kill Switch. And they're preemptiving. Okay, so it's shuffling. And the House of Knives is definitely going back in. I'm assuming this is the Obokata. This has to be a Breach Dome, right? Damn. Kakugo, NGO front, House of Knives. Okay. Well, hey. Do we put the Stargate back on top? No, I don't think so. Sting, NGO front, snare. Okay, so that's the second preemptive. I think it's the Sting. In theory, we could run back for the NGO front, putting the Stargate on top. They need 2 turns to win. So it's NGO front into snare. We definitely want to trash the NGO front. So I think we just clone chip for a program. Yeah, we clone chip for a program. So we'll clone chip what, Parisha, whatever. because we don't want them to have NGO front. Man, this is a grind. Okay. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Ben, hey Andre, couldn't watch it live, but really enjoyed the long stream you did on Sunday. Hey, glad to hear. I'm always super interested to hear that like people watch the long stream in VODs. I think that's pretty wild. Glad you liked it. Welcome to the stream, by the way. My wife is in a doctorate program here, and sometimes I tag along with her. Oh, super cool. What's she studying? Protocol install run NGO. We could also install it. I think we're just gonna draw twice here. Oh, we had the Precia actually. We could have used it. Whoops. I guess we needed something. So now we don't want to lose this to damage, but we always do have a clinch it. I'm assuming this is the Cortex lock, which now kind of has teeth. Clinch it back program so you can get more HP with Brahmin? Yeah, at some point that'll happen. But like we just need that sweet Obokata in server 2 and I think we win. We have to make sure that the brain damage doesn't kill us first. I'm pretty sure there's an Obokata in server 2. As soon as they advance it, it's almost definitely an Obokata. And we know that the top 3 cards in R&D are all fresh, so running HQ is a bit dodgy. We can also do the double Stargate. Like we can always Brahmin the Stargate back on top of our deck, draw Proco, install the Stargate, go twice. And then put that back on our deck again. Like that's kind of cool. Let's see what we see. Because I'm assuming they need 2 turns, excuse me, to jam the Obokata in the remote, which I'm pretty sure that's in the remote. Inner credits are good. We're pretty safe from the trace. We can always click the technical writer for 9. No, you're all good. It's all good. 15 influence. 15 influence on kill switch. Set the Brahmin and Cash down synergize. Oh man, it'd be nutty. You just get like infinite imps in Shaper. You get infinite cash. You can do some crazy shit. Oh, another ice. You don't say. So we're good against Cortex Log, we're good against Komainu. We'll break this with this. So we know there's 1 point in archive. So we just want to get an Obokata here. We hit an Obokata. Can we win? There's 4 points. No, we can't win. Next turn, we can likely win. So hopefully they don't have the 3rd preemptive, which maybe they want more preemptives just so they can play kill switch more. But I'm glad that we have the R&D pressure. They're drawing, that's a good start. They're drawing again, that's another good start. Do they have preemptive? Because otherwise we do 3 draws, run Obokata, and we can likely win. So far we only have 7 health back. We can get a bit more clone chip. They're installing a card in server 2 to trash something. But that's not going to stop anybody. There's no Jackson Howard. So, to steal this, I don't know how much damage it is. Thinking. How much damage is it to steal this? When a player scores a steal to the agenda, do X net damage. X is equal to number of copies sting. The other player score +1. So this is 3 damage. This is 7 damage. Can we do it? This is 4. We can't do it, right? Thomlong? Steal Oboe first? Does it matter? Oh, I wrote Thomlong. They tell us another Breach Dome. Yeah, it doesn't matter though. You can choose the order. Just take the Oboe first. Oh, steam damage is... Oh, we win before that. No, you don't. Thomlong. That's not the case, is it? Okay, so this is 4 damage. 5 damage, actually. And then this is... You'd win before Sting fires? That's not true. You win before PE fires. Do you actually win before Sting fires? Is that true? It's like a PE trigger? Okay, I'm trusting y'all on this. Let's see if we die. 1, 2, 3, run our archives. Wow, that was close. Rob's saying no, you lose to Sting. Thomlong sticking up to 2 brain damage. Okay, so chat is divided here on whether I die or not. I think I die. I'm pretty sure we die when we do this. And it's technically a real threat. Like, this is a 1-pointer. P won't kill if you win before. On axis will? Will on steel? Not sure. I don't know. It's a win scored. Let's try it. Okay, so we'll do obviously Obokata first. So that's 4 damage plus 1. Trace technically matters. That's crazy that the trace matters. Then we hit the sting. And we win! Yeah, it says in chat we won before we said we got flatline. I think that wins? We don't run it? No, but they can easily score a 3-1 or a 3-2 in this remote. Because it is not on axis. P's on steel as well. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's okay. You're right. It's the same. It's when you stole it, so that happens. Because the whole thing was like you could steal fetal AI, and if the final damage from PE, but the thing is fetal AI is on axis, not steel. Yeah. That's good. That was a cool game. I'm gonna die 3 more times, I guess. That was awesome. 15 fucking influence on kill switch. Oh, that's so cool. Ooh, that remote I was pretty sure of. And Obo in there too. Yeah, we could have ran this remote, still in the Obo for 5, and then ran archives in theory. Once we had the 1 point in there. Oh wow. Does Sting not just kill? Wait, is this not lethal? When the player scores steals this agenda, do X number of copies of Sting, the other player's 1. Oh, it would have done 3. If I had 2 in hand. Okay, wow. So we had to keep on 3, because otherwise they steal score a Sting in the remote and we died. So played around that very, very smartly. Yeah, Sting is pretty scary. That's like the never advance kind of motion threat. Philotic, though, would have killed us for sure. If that was Philotic, we would have... Oh no, we were only on 2 agendas. Philotic would also been 3. Alright, let's go build an Eater deck. That was a close game. Man, fucking kill switch is cool. Yeah, the PE damage definitely wasn't the concern. It was the on-axis, or the on-steal effect of Sting, which did a bunch. Hey, cheers. Good, you dig him. Alright, so we played against Eric. It was either last week on Sunday or Thursday. It might have been Thursday. And they were playing a pretty fun deck. It was a max deck. And it was... they were recurring a fair bit of cutlery over and over again. I'll show you what he ate. Hey, Jessica! Sleep well. Have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, this thing popped up. That's probably an issue. Okay, let's see how that goes. So, 1 second. Okay, so I don't think we have to build the deck list card by card. I think we can do it, but there's some powerful cards in here. I'm assuming we're going to be max, but there's a chance at some point we'll end up doing something else. But I think max is definitely a good start. That Swift max deck, yeah, totally that one. It was pretty good. So, was there 2 or 3 Swift? There might have only been 2, but Swift is like a pretty good card, right? So there's just some really cool synergies with this card that weren't very obvious to me when I saw it. So firstly, 2 credits for 1 MU, not bad. Really not bad. 2 influence, also very splashable, but the first time each turn you play a run event, gain a click back. And that's cool if you can play a lot of run events, which we definitely can in Anarch when we have things like Cutlery. I don't know if it's 2 or 3, it might just be 2. When we have things like Cutlery, and that's really cool when we have things like Knifed, you know, you play this for no clicks, that's nice and good. Obviously, if you weren't trying to get value out of Cutlery. But on top of that, there's some other really cool stuff. I think this one's by far the coolest. You can spend now 4 clicks on your turn to wipe 4 cards from HQ, which is absolutely devastating. Because you get to click back, right, when you play this. So you have 4 cards, and that's crazy. But I think that really pushed this over the top for me is that I'm forgetting how good Same Old Thing is. Same Old Thing is really good when you have events in your heap, and Max is very good naturally putting events in your heap. But once you've played this, after you've events to click on it, you're paying 2 clicks? Nah, you're paying 1 click to play an event from your heap, playing its pay cost. So Same Old Thing doesn't become like this large tempo loss of spending 3 clicks to play an event. It's 2. 1 for the install, 1 for play. But most importantly, it's 1 on the turn that you play the event. So you set this up, and then you'd be like, knifed. here we go. You can even do same old thing into Apocalypse if you really need to, but you can do same old thing into Wanton Destruction for 3 cards. You can do same old thing Siphon. I think the deck Eric was playing was also Diversion of Funds, which is also 1 click to do this, which makes it a lot better. There's a small chance that I want to play Embezzle in this deck just because it's more fun to recur and less influence, but Embezzle plus Wanton Destruction seems kind of like a non-bow, but otherwise it's pretty fun. And of course, yeah, 2 Swifts, 2 Levy, 1 Doof as a splash. I think you're right. We need Levy AR Lab Access just so we can play our cards more than once, which is pretty great. And then we have 5 influence left, and I think this was played on Diversion of Funds. I'd be interested to hear what y'all think are your most favorite run events, because we can like really spam them. Like spending 5 influence on a run event is really not bad in this deck, considering that we're interested in same old thing levying them, and same old thinging them, levying them, swifting them, and we can get a lot of value out of a single copy of the card. There's probably other things we could be playing. I just don't know what it could be. Levy 3 labor rights. I think Levy is definitely a lot better in this deck. Also because this deck does run Mystic Miami, so our runs not only are cheaper, but our levies can be free, which makes it way better. Labor rights, I don't know if we need to do. Other cool run events in Anarch, Run Amok and Retrieval Run. Yeah, Run Amok is okay, but I think because we're doing Cutlery, we might not need to do it. Run Amok could work though, for sure. Retrieval Run, I think we do play in this deck because we also have our main breaker here is Eater, so we definitely want that. All right, how do we build this deck? Oh man, do I just look at a deck list? We have the deck list up. I feel like maybe we could just do that, but here we go. Here's what I remember. Eater. I don't know what the Cutlery distribution is. We definitely want Eater. I think we want like maybe 1 Black Orchestra, maybe 1 MK Ultra. The Orchestra might not be necessary. Immolation. That's fascinating. But what's something we can spend influence on? Immolation Script is actually a really cool card, but it's also like kind of adjacent to Cutlery. It might be better. Hopper Suit could be fun. I don't think we can go Tag Me though. Double up on border control. Yeah, Immolation is actually one of my favorite cards in the game. I think Immolation is great. But like this deck already can do Ice Destruction. Maybe that makes it even more powerful. I'll trash everything. We don't need it. Reclaim plus Clone Chip. We could play Clone Chip, but I don't think there's much we need to Clone Chip. I think this deck actually maybe Ren David. I don't know. Gotta have Stargate since you don't access cards. Yeah, it definitely has 3 copies of Stargate for sure. Yeah, you do play Stargate. That's how you win. Okay, so what else is here? Liberate Account is just kind of good. Daily Cast is probably playable. We want Mystic Miami. I think 2 is probably enough. And then we want all the events that cost and they're good. So obviously Wanton Destruction. That's a 3 of. Cutlery, I don't know what the good distribution is. Is it 2 of each? I don't know. Imagine running Compile. You may search your stack for program installing Nora Cosmo when run ends. Man, you just compiled David over and over again? That's pretty fun. They had Day Job? Oh yeah, you're right. They did a Day Job. Information Sifting or CBI Raid are fun as well. You know what? I'd always be interested in trying CBI Raid because I never have. And CBI Raid is pretty good with Stargate. But CBI Raid is also a counter to Wanton Destruction. Like, we're already fucking with HQ. So I don't know if we need to. I'd consider what's it called? Hades Shard actually in this deck. Just because accessing could be hard. I think there's DDoS in it, but I don't think there was 3. I have Stargate since, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, what other like really good run events? Like, do we also run like we could fucking run Escher, which is like buck wild. I don't think that helps us that much, but like we could run Escher. I don't think this helps us. Oh, excuse me. Do we run Dirty Laundry? I've had worse. Inject. I think all that stuff is probably okay. I think Inject is probably better than I've had worse. We already have enough card draw. Man, it's a shame that all the good run events are like aggressive in terms of like destroying HQ. Leave no trace. Oh fuck, I like that. I think I like that better than Siphon. Diversion, I mean. Leave no trace is good. Deuces is fine. Deuces is definitely fine. Yeah, Leave no trace is super mean. Definitely laundry, yeah. So we're at a couple too many cards. What can we cut? What can we cut? If we're playing retrieval run, we could also just run Fem in the deck and spend a couple more influence like that. We maybe don't need the David. Deuce is not a run event, dumbly. Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind. It's out. If you want to deal with remotes without accessing, because I can is good tech. Some color. Oh, how's it going, Invader? Yeah, we do. En passant, do anything here? Not too much. I don't think so. We do have the cutlery. What was that? Because I can? Does that even shuffle back? I don't know. That's not a great draw, is it? 3 same old thing? Yeah, we already have that. Maximum color. Yeah, we have 3 same old thing. I think there might be a delay. So that's a pretty good opening hand. From that, all we want to do is get the Eater down and we're good. Obviously, we have 51 cards and not too much influence. What's a good way to spend 2 influence? En passant would work with Leave No Trace. It does. I just think now we have too much ice destruction. Like we have Cutlery, Immolation, Leave No Trace, En passant. Like we have a lot. Direct access, that's not worth a slot. There's so few matchups where this is worth playing. Yeah, maybe just a single legwork is good. I think you might be right. Legwork does get to some extent either better or redundant with Wanton. I think that's the problem is like whenever we want HQ pressure, we just Wanton. Maybe we don't want a HQ pressure that's a card accessing. We just want like destruction. Maybe we just want a Hades Shard. I wouldn't be surprised if Hades Shard's a cool way to close the game. We have to cut cards. We have to cull a fair bit of cards here. What are we culling? Man, I do like this Leave No Trace though. That seems pretty cute. Legwork for sure. I don't know. I think you just same old thing though. I think you same old thing Wanton anytime you get legwork. The turning wheel. What about planned assault goes well with Swift, right? And play that run event, paying his pay cost, ignoring any additional cost, shuffle your stack. This is better if we play diversion of funds. Turning wheel's okay. 2-5 definitely get into some server. -1 spooned. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good idea what like ice we have to actually worry about. Color is barrier is always fine. We probably don't need 3 inject. I think you're right, John. Can't legwork Eater plus no fractor. Oh yeah, you're right too. Even just like honest accessing is probably not great. Or do we just play a 3rd Swift and cut Leave No Trace or Hades Shard? Or do we just cut Hades Shard and play a 3rd Swift? Is that super necessary? We hit the Swift? I think we just, what would we do? Yeah, we day job there. At this point we draw and we would, I don't know, probably day job again, depending on the board. We also could play Hacktivist. Yeah, 3rd Swift is interesting. What if we just get rid of all the resources and run Oracle May? That's not particularly good. We can't trash Eater. And like, we don't really want to be drawing that much with Max. I don't think Max Oracle May is that compelling. Fuck, I want to pull up their list. What does Eric's list look like? Okay, let's just cut some stuff. Inject, we can go down to 1. We can probably go down to 0. We're gonna spend a lot of times like all day jobbing or all wantoning, so it's I don't know if we can work that in that well. We have a lot of cutlery. We have the Leave No Trace, which is cool. We have a 3rd Swift, which might be overkill. It honestly might be overkill. 50 cards max isn't terrible. It's not. What about high stakes jobs? High stakes job is not a particularly good card, right? Like it's a run event that you just make 6 credits. Like that's not that far off from playing Dirty Laundry. Now this does get better with Mystic Miami, but Mystic never gets up to like 6th. That'd be a problem. I don't know. Like, I'd rather run another Leave No Trace than high stakes for sure. Love to throw away so much influence each time through the deck. How's it going, Cookouts, by the way? Is it so dangerous without border control? There's definitely some scary things with border control for sure, but like, if we tank with border control, we can just fire, like, we can, whatever, we can go again. Like, we just same old thing, whatever's important. Leave No Trace is really cool. I wish we could put a 3rd one in. Maybe we can do 1 levy. I don't know. All right. Oh, high stakes job is dangerous border, right? Sorry, why no corroder? It's probably just not necessary, right? Like the chance of you drawing this and then stalling this, like we're not gonna retrieval run it. We really don't need to get accesses. Like if we're anything, we're gonna win off of archives, which actually is probably why we want a Hades Shard, or we'll win off Stargate. The Fractor is specifically only good in the either against IP block, which is actually pretty common, and we could play a card to deal with that, or with wraparound. But I don't think there's anything else that's really requires a barrier breaker. You could get a 6 on any of them without facing consequences. Replace the cutlery with hippo. The point of this deck is that the cutlery is so good with Swift and with same old thing that I don't think we'd want to do hippo as well. Or Chrysium. Oh, Chrysium's a problem. Yeah, actually Chrysium is a problem too. Fem is the reason why we want to play Chrysium. Well, that actually is pretty elegant. Okay, this is too many cards. Excuse me. Let's cut. Nah, David's kind of cute. I don't know what we cut. It's probably the immolation script, I'll be honest. Ah, fuck it, we'll play 50. Let's go. Let's go. Is Dr. Lovegood an natural friend for the companion cards? You could get 6 of them any without facing consequences. That's fascinating, but he also can't use them. And I don't think they would gain a counter. Actually, yeah, so no. I don't think, right? Because Lovegood says cancel them on your turn, but they get the effects on your turn. So you're really not doing much. It's fantastic, fascinating. -1 Mystic, -1 Spooned. I want to try Mystic though. And I think Spooned is still good. But I want to try Mystic for sure. I think that's what I'm very excited about. US Nationals. Go big or home, added 49 more cards. Yeah, it's a totally different deck at that point. And then we don't have to like focus on an idea. Max, okay. 50 cards. I think we're on 50, we cut a levy for Plongi and refocus the cutlery suite. Yeah, 50 cards, maybe we don't need 2 levy. Oh, I'll try this for sure. We cut a levy for Plongi. Plongi is not particularly compelling, I don't think, without clone chip. And we'd have to like over-install it to trash it. But the thing is, like, you don't need Plongi when you have Eater. When you have Eater, oh, I see what you mean. Fascinating. Plongi's also obviously really good. Lovegood works, you can just start a turn triggers and trash bad stuff at the turn end. Oh, because the bad stuff's at the end of the turn. Yeah, right. I guess you could. But you can't use it on your turn. So you're basically like spending this influence to blank your card so that you don't use your card. So that one turn it's good. It's like okay, but you're probably just better off building a deck that can use your credits or whatever your companion does. I'd assume so at least. Yeah, we'll play it and see how this goes. There's definitely some hate cards that are pretty easy to put in your deck to help against this sort of thing, but if that happens, we'll just queue with another deck. I think Lovegood's probably a bit of an underrated card. There's some really fun stuff you can do with Lovegood. Well, it still exists. Lovegood plus the Source seems kind of nutty. I don't know why people don't do that. It's really good against 5/3s. It's good against traps to some extent. It's obviously good against fast advance. No hippo in all of this? Nah. We have an idea of what we want to do. And it involves cutlery. It's Liza in disguise. Yo, you get that free card draw. It's just like Liza, maybe better. Yeah, I want to pull that deck list actually and just see how different it is. We're going to wait for a game in here. It's only 11 games. Actually, not that bad. Deck list actually and just see. Oh, I opened my own chat. Oops. Lovegood helps Sincere makes run without going broke. No, yeah, it doesn't really, does it? SSO. Okay, that's fascinating. We have the early David, which is good against Whoredom and Mouseless. We actually need the Block Orchestra if we're going to eat her through triple advanced Whoredom. That's actually one of our weaknesses. Hey, hey. So we do have the early David. So the only things that keep us out from the remote that quickly, it's actually kind of hard, right? Because what keeps us out of the remote? We don't have I've had worse for punitive, but what keeps us out of the remote? Like Masfingo. That's largely it. David gets through a lot of stuff. Direct access, yeah. That's a goodness of your tech. I used to have R&D, turn 1. Click 1. NHQ. Okay, this looks like we're going to have time for a day job. So we really want to get that Eater on the table. Icing up all. Looks like we want to jam next turn, so getting some money down seems like a good thing. We lose a script, we lose a knife. Definitely both really good things. We can set up the Mystic so that we can day job next turn, but it looks like next turn we'll probably have to push the remote. So let's just hopefully our Cutlery and an Eater gets us through. D4 not going to touch Whoredom? Oh yeah, you're right. Excuse me, Mouseless. Whoredom no. And that's either Rashida or a Kayambe Grid or Marcus Batty? I think we're actually pretty good to face check here. We lost the Liberated. I'll play the Mystic and face check HQ. We want to keep that pressure down. If they res this, they might not be able to res R&D. I think it's Rashida too. I think we want to run everything. Because their ice is kind of shitty when they don't have advancement counters on it. If they res a Masfingo, they can't put other counters on it. So that's actually pretty good for us as well. This gets a counter if you steal an agenda, so it's good to play first. There's a Masfingo, okay, so we know that's a barrier. This either protects a Batty or Rashida. Either one we want to trash. That's a Mogo. Wow, okay. So that's really good because we can color read that in theory eventually. We could gamble here. We could gamble next turn. It's not that much worse. I think we might just want to run R&D. We could run HQ again, but I want to see if they res this. Again, Masfingo's awkward, Ice Wall's awkward, because then they lose out on their SSO ability. I don't know why they're playing this. How rushy is this deck? That's cool. And here at 3, it's only Masfingo, Ice Wall. Mass comms, okay. It doesn't do much for them right now. And we'll see Rashida fire. There's the Rashida. That gives them the money they need, as they can hedge fund out of this if they want. Mass comms doesn't do that much, but we definitely want to just put the pressure on. If we put Stargate on R&D, that's going to slow them down, I think. Card and server 1. Not a face-up agenda, which is really important. Again, they get value from face-up agendas. We want to make sure they stay off the table for as little time as we can. And I think that at this point, we just want to get another piece of resed ice so that we can consider trashing the Mother Goddess. And we only have 2 Swift in this, right? Oh, they're jamming for the remote. I don't know what other restricted card Wayland would run. Maybe Mogo's good enough. Advancing. Oh. Well, hey, let's force them. This looks like this might be a 6 cost res, like it's one of those Constellation Ice. So getting that Stargate down is good. This deck also can run very few agendas, right? All the face-up 5/3s is really what you want in the deck. So that's usually 6 agendas. Okay, there's the Whoredom. So this is not going to get 3 advancement counters on it because they single advance it, which is good. We can spoon that eventually if they don't over advance it. They get a credit back. We can run HQ here. It's pretty good when they have 1 single credit. Another Rashida here would be kind of bad, but they just mass drew, and we only know mass comms in hand and a Masfingo, which actually Masfingo could be there. So, fuck. So that was actually okay. Yeah, maybe we need 3 Swift. I don't know. Are you planning on covering any Eternal in this channel? Yeah, I think so. Fuck, second Rashida. I'm hoping so to some extent. I know there's an upcoming Nisei tournament. Being involved in that would be cool. Want to next turn? Yeah, it depends how much money they have. We might. I don't know. I haven't played enough Eternal. Okay, that's a hostile, right? And they're going to throw out a bunch of cards. So that gives us a bad pub, which is really good with Eater. We could want on here, but it's very likely they res. But it's also very good if it gets through. I think at this point we might just draw into Eater. Inject's not good against Eater. I'm actually glad we took Inject out of the deck. And Immolation Script actually gets a bit better if they discard cards. Mogo is actually really good against Immolation. A lot of times people throw out the other copies. Okay. We have the Immo. Oh, right. We have that. I was really confused. DDoS sets up for our OK Wanta next turn. At this point, I don't know. We could blindly Immolation Script. I'm pretty sure they would keep a Whoredom if they had it. I think we might just play David and show them we have it. I don't think we want to Wanton when they have 9 credits. They can definitely res a Masfingo. They can res anything here. The DDoS into Wanton is a bit better. But like we just need to draw an Eater. And we can always, we lost our retrieval run, so we actually need to like draw into our Eater. At that point, we do have the spooned. They're advancing the ice manually, which means they don't get a lot of SSO value, but this is mass comms, right? There you go. Prepping for the Wanton. Lost the Eater. Have the value laundry though. We'll go archives just to see what's in there so we can Immolation Script if we really need to. which we don't. So we can actually immolation script the Mother Goddess. They don't know that, which will make the server a bit more flimsy when it comes to DDoS. Masscom is a problem here. I think we could run R&D, or run HQ, excuse me. We want them to spend some money. And DDoS isn't unique, we could spend 2 of them. Yeah, they did toss Mogo. Oh, okay, well, fuck, that's rezzed. Actually, that was probably a bad idea, we had DDoS up. At least they're poor. They're gonna Masscoms out of this though. That was probably a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. So we pay 3 with the bad pub and we'll just end the run. Again, we get an eater and we eat all this stuff. So let's just do that. It's a neat play. Wait until they put something in the remote. Immolation script, Mogo, and DDoS. And yeah, that's the plan. That's definitely the plan. I don't know. We also know that they have what's it called? Another Mesfingo. So even, or maybe they don't. Maybe this is a Mesfingo. But I think here they're going to immo script. Okay, well, we have to DDoS, immo, and then wanton. It's fine. That's mass comes to 8. Okay, we just need Finder Eater. Black Orchestra in the bin. That's good. We actually could just like spoon this. I think we just spooned this, right? So how much is it? It costs 1 credit. Then we pay 5. Yeah. We could. They install anything? Yeah, we could fork this for sure. I don't think we're in a rush though. Let's find our eater. Fem, that's expensive. Man, our hand's clumsy. I think the leave no trace isn't that good. Oh man, it's free sometimes. Fuck, that's good. And we lost 2 same old things. It's also shitty. I think we're just gonna take some money. We didn't have any liberated. Ah, fuck. I feel like we can't hard play the fem. Maybe I'm wrong. Ah, don't love how this is playing out so far, but I think spooning R&D is good. I want them to jam into the remote. Again, they only need to score 2 agendas, so like that's a pretty small window. Like that's 1 turn of us to get it. Yeah, here you go, right? And that's a huge amount of damage. We can definitely steal this though. We just do DDoS into immolation script. We lose so many good cards. And hopefully they don't advance it so we don't lose that many cards. Oh yes, okay, we can get punitived. We can definitely get punitived here. And we have our eater. Fuck. So this is 2 damage, we take 3 damage. Okay, it's unlikely us to get punitive. So check out how cool this play is. We do this, DDoS. We immo, so they can't res. I think we install our eater first, just so we don't lose it. It seems really important. You're dead if you steal that? It's not, it's kind of unlikely. They need to draw both punitives and fire both of them. We'll trash the Mother Goddess, thank you. So we can risk it here on the eater. We can really risk it on the eater. I think we need to risk it on the eater so we don't die to punitive. They can't res here because the DDoS is still online. Okay, that's good. This is going to discard a random card. Fuck. Hopefully we draw a hedge fund. No. Okay. This'll discard the MK Ultra. Just you watch. Oh! Leave no trace should be 3rd Swift? Yeah, maybe. I think Swift would have been okay at this point. So they need to line 2 punitive when we have 7 credits. It's somewhat unlikely. Oh man, we called that so good. That was a mistake? I don't know. Ochikun, what's up? The devil advancing the whoredom. That's okay, we can still spoon it. And spoon it I think we need to. I think we're just gonna spoon here. Oh man, we can spoon it to dirty laundry. Okay. So that's gone. So they just advanced it and it goes to the trash. Feels good. Not your play, their play not advancing the gender space. I agree, but I think they felt safe. Like Mother Goddess, I don't know. Spoon R&D for sure. Yeah, totally. So that's trash. The next update I was told that the cutlery is going to be automatic on JNet, which is super exciting. Surveyor, good to know. We can trash the Surveyor. Oh, we fucked that up. We actually should have definitely Stargated first so we saw another card. That's definitely a misplay. My bad. Yeah, that's a misplay. It didn't pay out. Like, the Archive Memories is not particularly great. Stargate next, yeah. We should have Stargated into Laundry. In theory, that's the worst play. Because if it was like that underneath it was a Rashida or a Batty, we would want to trash that for sure. So, we didn't get punished, but it wasn't optimal. Alright, so we have a Levy in hand. We have money. We have an Eater. We lost a Swift. We probably want a second Swift in this deck. We'll draw once, and I think we just slam this. Shard is okay. I think actually we do just, like, I don't think we DDoS R&D. I think we just force them to res it before they get advancement counters on it. If you want a third Swift, you can take a Reclaim instead. If you get Swift or DDoS or any program. It's true you could get DDoS, that's true. Triple advancing. Oh, we still haven't played Eater, excuse me. We need to do that. We'll set up for the Wanton. Oh. MU. Of course. We meet again, MU. I guess Black Orchestra. That's probably wrong, actually. I think David's probably a bit better. Swift would be good. We'll draw once for Swift. Ah, we missed it. Whatever. Yeah, Black Orchestra is definitely better in a deck that's running definitely 3 Whoredoms. You get simple counters on res dice. They can, yeah. But sometimes if you force them to res, it's like a mass fingo and it gets counter awkwardly. Biotic. Oh, shit. Okay. They win? Government takeover? Oh. Man, I hate that combo. Good game. That combo's so cheesy. Oh man, I hate losing to Red Planet. We don't do anything. Okay. That is like, how do you do that? Do you play around that the whole time? You'd be like, oh, if they biotic this. That took the wind out of my sails. Okay, that's fine. That does that. So what do we know about the deck? I think the Leave No Trace would probably be better as a Swift, and then we have one more MU. Maybe we can play another Retrieval run and play another Fem. It probably sounds okay. Oh my god. Get down to 45? I think we want 47. I think you have to play imp if you want to counter that. I don't think so. Like at that point we could just like either, like we were set up really well to disrupt this combo if we either got a Wanton off or what's it called? A Wanton off or a Stargate. Like if we hit either of those pieces. Like Wanton would have won us the game, right? Because they must have been holding on to that for a bit. I think maybe that was actually us that we could have figured it out. Yeah, Shang, how's it going? This deck originally had Doof in it for sure. And maybe Doof is actually good. This deck I think is a bit poor that we played against, so it looks even better. But yeah, I think, oh, they had Chrysium. I feel like if we got the Eater down sooner, we could have just like, we would have definitely been pressured for Wanton, which is also good in this matchups because we don't have to play around, what's it called? Punitive that much, which is definitely strong. So there's a reason to do it. Damn, I feel like we probably would have been more excited about the Wanton if we got the Swift. Play a chip or two, would have eaten much earlier? Yeah, maybe the chip is just good enough. I don't know. Or is Ret Run better? Maybe the chip is better. I do think I want to get another Swift in it just to see how Swift is. So we'll drop the really shiny Leave No Trace. And we could play chip. We also could play Reclaim, which is like slow shitty chip. Oh no, that's also 2MU. Okay, there's no reason to do that. Just hard with the max. I can't count on specific pieces. I don't think it's that bad. The immolation script play was sweet, but I think we're just going to cut this down to like minimal things so we can see what the deck can do on its own. So maybe we do like another Fem. Then we can Fem the ice on HQ, and that's how we go for our Wantons. I think playing fewer cards is how we get to our thing. -1 Spoon, -1 Stargate to get the 47. I think Stargate's amazing. I think Spooned is exactly what we want. We want as much color as we can get without having too much. That's a bit redundant. Black Orchestra is probably not necessary. Fuck it, let's get rid of the David. We have Fem now. We Fem Retrieval Run. We have Retrieval Run for the Eater, so maybe that'll fix that problem. Mystic Miami looks really good with the added Retrieval Run. We could cut a laundry. I don't think we run that well in this deck because we have Eater most of the time. And we want to be like forking, stargating. Maybe we just cut this. Yeah, that's probably good enough, right? I cut MK before Blorch. Yeah, what's MK in there for? You're right. MK's in there for specifically for like swordsman. Yeah, that doesn't really happen, does it? Nobody swordsman us. And then we have Fem for that. Yeah. You're totally right. Yeah, you're totally right. Okay. How much influence is Plongi? It's 3. But Plongi's good. The thing is, like, we need recursion alongside Plongi for sure. Oh, excuse me. I think that's the thing that I don't like about Red Planet Couriers, and I know I've said this before specifically. 5463. Is that like it is a game-winning strat that's associated to a turtle plan, like just sit back and advancing things. And I think in that matchup, maybe we should have given them the benefit of the doubt. Like if they're triple advancing this ice for like seemingly no reason, it's because they're trying to Red Planet Couriers up. I think that's something we should have learned for sure. Ooh, Fem's bad in this matchup. This hand we can do better. Leaving no trace is good in this matchup. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. And to some extent, like shipping from Tendon does that too, but at least it encourages interaction. Okay, we have the Eater. We have a Fem. Even sometimes just like Eater is enough because you just have to break ice, right? So if they overstay the AI, we can always just Eater it. Building blocks though, that's a different story. That's a big barrier. And Chiashi's also gonna be an issue. This is a hard matchup. Ooh, in the remote. In the remote. Oh, we don't have a Wanton. That was our old hand. Okay. So that's a Rashida, I'm assuming. I think we could just like day job here. Hey, thanks. You too. We could just day job here. Also, we could like daily cast into gamble, but we don't have that much else to do. I think we might as well just take the money so that we can contest from this point on. Like this is fine next turn. And this is like, it's clumsy to take all four actions. So we might as well do it now when we know there's no agenda on the table. So in this matchup, it's mostly rush to some extent before mandatory. Either, your choice. They're both at the same window. Beginning of turn. Yeah, so this is when your turn begins. This is when your turn begins. So you can choose to stack those, the order of that. Yeah, Fem is okay for like power runs if we can retrieval run it out, but like they can always bounce the res dice, so the Fem token doesn't get that far. Sometimes you can do it on unres dice and it encourages them not to res it because then they have to res it, spend the money and spend time bouncing it, but like it's not great. I think about R&D, 18 credits. Leave no trace, would have been good. We have DDoS as well actually, which is pretty hot. The other thing we have to watch out for SDS drone deployment, we can always like trash an MK Ultra or something like that. Levy in the bin, forked in the bin. I think we might just day job here. I think money might be one of the most important things when all we need to do is get down a breaker. Like we might just need to Fem the remote, run it. Lady Liberty, ooh, fascinating. Wanton's really good in this sort of matchup. So generally we only have to do something about that on turn 3. And even then, sometimes they just res it for fun to like make us sweat. If we face check, what do we generally hit? What's it called to get really mean? Chiashi's usually in this deck. I think if they had it in the early turn, oh, maybe they do. They would not building blocks Chiashi. I think you do the Ryan. We can DDoS run this. That's a Chrysium, which is actually really insulting, and we lost the Stargate. I think we have to do Chrysium trash this. I mean DDoS trash the Lady Liberty. We don't have to do it this turn, but before they double ice it, and then this becomes like a real problem. We can get an Axis on R&D. We might as well do it while we can. We can consider running HQ here. There's a Chiashi, so that's a problem, right? Because we're gonna have an Eater down. Man, Blue Sun is, you always build a deck and then Blue Sun's like so wildly different than everything else. So we can try for the Chrysium. They can't res this if it's an Orion. So we can try, we can try. Like the worst case, this is another Chiashi. We'll gamble here. We want to trash that Chrysium for sure. So they can res this one. It could just be what's it called, an Afshar. I'm assuming it's the Orion. Oh, it's just a Hordem. Okay. That's okay. Otherwise, we would have put the daily cast down there, but we're in an okay spot. That's a 1 DDoS down of 2. Guy, how's it going? Blue Sun is such a dynamic deck. It's like really, really powerful. Like there's so many decks that we feel really good about, and then we play the Blue Sun matchup and we're like, oh wow, that's wildly different. Right? There's a consulting visit. That's another building blocks. There you go. That's the Chiashi they have in hand. So that's coming down. So how much is this worth? They pay 7 to get this. So it's still like 5 credits. But most importantly, they get a res dice, which is really good against DDoS. And if we put our Eater down, this starts hurting. So I think we fem that. It's actually likely that the Stargate goes off. Like there's not much they can res for 3 credits. And this forces them to put a bigger ice here. Oh, fuck me. Never mind. Shit, that's actually a really good ice for 3 credits. That would be on R&D. They can bounce this ice too. This gets good value. We obviously can Eater spoon it. Yikers. Oh, that's terrible. They kept all the cards. The classic, yeah, right? I wasn't expecting that. That's usually on the remote. So they're 0 credits. I assume they want to get a bounce here. Taking a sweet 12 credits back and then repositioning their ice. It's probably okay. They put their gatekeeper up to put it back. It's not that great. But I think the best thing we can do now here is like Eater and then trash. Like we have to knifed the Chiashi. Start getting to gatekeeper suddenly it's Netrunner, yeah. I can always be on the remote later with Blue Sun. Yeah, they can totally move it for sure. And I think they will. But so I think the best thing we can do in this matchup is start cutlerying things. Obviously high value stuff, the Orion, which I believe might be on the outermost, if not inside server 2, Chiashi, stuff like that. So cutlery is the most important. And so far we've lost 2. We have 2 knifed, 1 spoon, 1 forked in the deck. Or sorry, 2 knifed, 1 forked, and the spoon's in our hand. Pays 1, icing our R&D. That's good. There might be agendas in hand. They didn't shuffle with gatekeeper, so it's likely that there's something in there. We consider spooning the Hordem, but I don't think we really want to. I think we just want to get our cards. We lost the Dirty Laundry. Retrieval Run. If we throw our Fem out, it's pretty cute. I think that's the best way to do it. Let's just get that money. It's going to be a hard matchup for sure. So generally, again, a lot of times they're on 6 3-pointers, and then after that, they bounce the Gatekeeper. They have... Oh, we took the David out of the deck. Fuck. Oh, the David's pretty good. Especially with the retrieval runs. Maybe the David's better than Fem. In this matchup, the David's way better than Fem. David Cutlery's good. Maybe Fem Ret Run isn't good enough. Second ice on R&D, Oversight AI, getting their Chiashi. So if we can manage to break this. Oh, we lost the knife. No. So if we can manage to break this, that's actually obviously incredibly important. So we didn't discard this. Fuck. Because in theory we want to like get this into the heap somehow, and we can't. So what can we draw for here? Eater's actually good enough. Whatever, we can just probably just do liberate Eater. Yeah, this is likely good enough. And we'll just eat this to Oversight AI, and we still get a Stargate off. Yeah, we'll pay 6. This is gonna hurt us really bad. So we have to trash top 2 cards. So we lost Forked and Hades Shard. Damn it. 2 games no Swift? Yeah, we just got it. We lost Mystic, Stargate, fine. Day Job, Liberated counts. That one's the worst one, I think. But hey, we stopped them. We got rid of that Chiashi, which is really important. Consulting Visit, Punitive, IPO. I think that Punitive is something we don't want them to have. I could see ourselves losing to that. Anarch decks generally I've had worse, but Max is one of the least likely Anarchs to have it, considering that Max has the built-in card draw, and I've had worse isn't that good of a card draw card on its own. Pre-resing the Chrysium looks like they're going to swing that to R&D, which is pretty good. We could find the Spoon, or we could even Fem the Gatekeeper to get in and trash the Chrysium, but now they can bounce the Chrysium. They did their mandatory draw though, so they can't really bounce it yet. They also could play around Hacktivist. If they bounce it though, we're going to go all in with the Wanton that hopefully we draw. Oh, okay. Oh, just watch out. You have to do that before Mando. Mandatory. I don't actually really care that much because they knew what they were drawing because they knew the consulting was on top, but it's all good. Oh, it's all, no worries. We knew what was coming up anyways. All right, so Critium is on R&D. We just want to get that Fem into the bin. And the next card on top of their deck is IPO, which they might be excited to play. Again, their ice is pretty expensive. The average cost of ice in their deck probably is like 8 or so, with like 3 Chiashi, 3 Orion. So we're gonna start next turn with 8. The Mystic would have been really good. It would have been getting that counters that we need. We still have 1 in the deck, 1 Levy, 3 same old things. So Cutlery can still maybe be spammed. We can make them spend money and then Cutlery their stuff. We might be okay. And there's definitely agendas in HQ. Like even the Wanton with the Swift would be sweet here. Advancing. That's the SDS drone deployment. We're gonna lose our Stargate to this thing. We have the Black Orchestra. Lost the Wanton. Oh, okay, we have same old things for days. So I think we're gonna try and get the retrieval off next turn. We can always retrieval run whatever they Stargate out, so maybe we don't need the Fem, and I think we might just click for a credit and just get this out. I'm assuming this also could be an SSL, which probably would be worse for us, honestly. And they're bouncing the Gatekeeper, so if they score the agenda or the NGO front server 2, they're not gonna get. And they just drew an IPO as well. So that's a couple things they want to do at the same time. Overstay the Eye on the Chiashi with the Gatekeeper in front of it. No David in this deck. Huh. You know, same old thing, Stim Hack is also pretty good. Maybe this deck could just use that. We need to get that Chiashi dead. So, we can retrieval run, get the Fem on here. That's going to be down to 6 credits. This is how many? 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's very unlikely. Otherwise, to get through this, if it's the 6 strength one, we have to spend 5. They can fire the subroutine. And then on top of this is another 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 14. So that seems pretty difficult. I don't think that's possible. We could always run server 2 first and see how things go from there. But we definitely want to trash the Chiashi. We're going to have time at times to do it later, though. We have same old thing into Knifed. Our money is an issue here. Oh, we still don't have a Wanton. Should mercilessly Stim Hack him. Yeah, right? Oh, fuck. We could also go here, right? Like, this seems pretty likely we can get in. We can retrieval run one of these ice and see if it's okay. I don't know if they run NGO front. I think there's a chance that they don't. But I do think that is an agenda. And if somehow they spend less than, if they spend, I don't know, they need to spend 9 credits plus on this. So it's unlikely. I don't think there's anything in that ratio, in that area, that would put them low enough. Maybe it is SSL. I think it could be SSL for sure. NGO front would also be an issue. But we could also just like, I don't know, spoon this. No Wanted in Heap? No, we do. We do. I'm gonna try this. This seems not amazing. And we'll probably install the same old thing, click for credits. I don't think we can contest this. If we drew a gamble, we had a chance there. And we actually couldn't. All the gambles were out. So hopefully we fork them a bit on Monday here. If this is an NGO front, again, that's not gonna work. If it's a code gate, spooning it would be sick. Yeah, it would be. We know this is a code gate. But we just want to fork them, right? We want them to spend more money than us. If it's a Chiashi, though. Oh my god. The last Chiashi. They're thinking about it, which is cool. That means either this is an agenda or they spend some money here. Hoard him. Okay, I'm gonna bite. Sometimes this deck has Trojan Horse, sometimes it has Arc Lockdown. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So we're on the board. We are very much on the board. We controlled what we trashed, which is good. We can install this and click for 2. Punitive is unlikely. We trashed 1 punitive. Okay, that one okay. Yeah, we could have spooned that. So they have 20 credits. So actually, no, the punitive is very likely if they have 2. But they need exactly 2. I think they actually drew a consulting visit. So they could do punitive consulting visit, we could die. I think we saw them draw another consulting visit. Oh yeah, I think we died here. Oh wait, trace 7? Oh yeah, we're dead. Fuck, yeah, because they had the consulting. Oh, they have archived as well. Yeah, fuck me. Oh god, I hate when we do this. Good game. Oh, that feels really bad. Like, that's a throw. That's such a throw if we thought about it. Because we could have hit that and been like, okay, we know they have archive. We know they have consulting. We should not have stole that. Definitely shouldn't have. Should not have taken that. Saw the archived and consulting. That couldn't have been correct. Let them draw Archmen before. Yeah, we did. Oh man, that's terrible. Yeah, this is also like, it's an additional cost, so you can refuse to steal it. So it's not like you run it and then you're like, oh, surprise, you have to take it. Which it would have been the case if it was an SSL. With all that money in the start. I did all my math calculations with them having 7 credits, not realizing they have obviously bounced the Overcity-eyed Chiashi. Oh, that's really embarrassing. Swift so far has done nothing, but we've been playing against Crisium Grid. Man, that sucks. Peanut is the last batch in the old school, you take a tag, die kind of play. I'm not sure it belongs to the card pool. I think it does. I think it's great. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. It's fair. I need to keep those Chiashis down. I just took the David from the deck. Whoops. Yeah, the Fems aren't doing much. The Fems are like super clumsy. I think Retrieval Run is probably okay as one for them, but I do like the David a fair bit. The David would have done a lot of work there. You also drawn a late every time. Yeah, we have, but even when we drew it, like, there's not much we can do. And I guess that, again, Blue Sun's a very different matchup because, like, we have to stop them from doing things most turns, as opposed to a lot of matchups where it's just like, okay, I'm good to go now. Cuts any kind of runner deck that can't deal with massive corp econ out, I think, which is why I've never liked it. But it's the same thing, though, right? Like, it's the same thing for hard-hitting news. You can play tech cards against it if your econ's bad. Like, you can always run Citadel Sanctuary, you can run some burst draw cards. You can increase your hand size. Like, there's ways to deal with it. But I don't know. I think corps need to have that. Otherwise, it all comes down to, like, oh, money, servers, remote, stuff like that. Like, the basic Netrunner stuff, a lot of times, if you're not playing traps, like, corps will win that. I mean, sorry, runners will win that. I'm also not convinced we need double levy by the way this is going. But, yo, Austin, I totally agree with you on the basis that there was always cards in the card pool. Excuse me. Okay, so when hard hitting news came out, it seemed more obvious there was this card in the card pool where if you played like a non-optimal, non-efficient runner, when you played and like you interacted with the corp, but it was like your tier 4 non-competitive, like whatever, casual kitchen table Netrunner deck against somebody playing hard hitting news, you'd get fucked because you just access NBN with like 4 credits, and obviously they would throw the book at you. But that used to exist. Like, I remember one of my first times playing in public, I was playing against CI, and damn it, Eric did like archive memories, restructure, biotic, like scorch, Caesar, like some absurd shit. And I was like, fuck, how do I play against that? And his response was like, you probably can't interact with me when don't interact with me when I have that much money. Luckily for that tournament that we were playing, the participation prize was an alt art Scorched Earth, or not Scorched Earth, excuse me, Plastic Carapace. So, like, there's a lesson to be learned there, I guess. But that's true. There needs to be those cards, and you learn to play around them for sure. I understand how that's bad. But honestly, like, I feel like Red Planet Couriers I like way less. Because that's like, oh, I win even if you didn't do anything. Well, this one's like, you did this. This is on you. I think that's good. Try +2 clone, +1 rebirth. So, how's it going, Hurstonwood? Firstly, I like the clone ship. If we do David, which I think is hot. The rebirth, I don't know. I guess with levy fewer, maybe. But yeah, maybe? Yeah, the rebirth, we have a similar thing. Interactions, why the game is amazing. Exactly, yeah. I think that's really important. Again, Red Planet Couriers, there's no interaction. And something. I think we just put the Davids back in. And now we have too many cards. So I think we'll drop the ret runs for sure. They were good with Mystic, but okay. It's also weird that we're doing these changes after like testing one game. This is 2 games at this point. Oh man, 4-5, 5-4-6-3 definitely just walked into a Wayland game, into a Blue Sun game specifically. Runner. And we can cut a Stargate too? I don't think so. I think you need 3 Stargate. Oh, I guess with clone chip, you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right about that. RPC is just getting Wayland in the face. But it's not even Wayland. It doesn't feel Wayland. Like, maybe that's the point now. It feels Wayland because, like, you're building at stuff. And maybe I'm just seemed like a salty dude who's just angry at a game they lost. Let me change my card. Yeah, do it up. They're adding a Chrism. Wayland has always felt like big plays to me. You think? For me, they've always been more fast. It's always been about the speed. Okay, PE. All right, well, we have the Stargate, we have the Wanton, and we have the Eater. That's pretty, like, this is a pretty good hand. The double Levy would have been better in this matchup for sure, just so we get a bit of that, but they also could be on Arc Lockdown. Best of luck. Have fun. Ooh. Just testing Architect earlier. That's good tech. All right. Ice on R&D. I think we just get as much money up as we can. We lost the Swift. We lost the Hades. I think we just do Daily Cast Eater. Oh, right, you can. We probably want that same old thing before we lose it. And at this point, we want to just do Eater into Wanton. We just want to clear the card. Clear their hand. Yeah, I think you're right. We could probably drop. Wow, they're really drawing. What's going on here? No money? 4 in archives. Whoa. Is this all 1-pointers? Lost the Mystic, lost the Wanton. That's good stuff. We want that stuff. We'll draw once. We got the Levy in hand. We're definitely going to lose that. We just don't want to lose that to... Oh, this is the sort of matchup where Swordsman gets us, right? We just don't want to lose... Oh, also taking a tag from Wanton's bed. IP block might be an issue. Maybe we do play a Corroder because we're on clone chip. We might as well just play a Corroder, right? We rebirth into Reino Roja. Just get that tax. They have no money. 4 cards in archives. Pushing for the remote. I think at this point we just want in the hand. No Swift in sight. Let's go. So we can spend our whole turn. We'll take 1 damage here. Likely. They're thinking. If they spend money resing this, like if this is a Komainu or a Kakugo or something, they won't have money generally to score. Wanton, we'll do 3. Again, you can do 4 if you have the Swift, which is obviously very good. And after this point, if they score here, we drop a Stargate and we just start milling cards or trashing cards, which is better than accessing because we can just put them into archives. 7 in archives already. Is this the board? You hear about the board with all the 1-pointers and P. It's a fun deck idea. Genotyping, trash the top 2 cards R&D. There's some recursion. Glad to get that early before we get our Stargate down, but it looks like our Wanton was pretty good. 4 unknown cards. There actually might have been a fair bit in there. We lost a last Wanton. We can same old thing Wanton, but we'll wait for the Swift. Let's get that Stargate down. 6 credits is probably enough when they only have 4. Kakugo, okay. Lost our clone chip. Bummer. Snare, bacterial programming. That's a big agenda. And the Hokusai Grid, we'll take the Snare. Hokusai Grid's also an issue, right? Because we can't access it. We have no way of accessing through the Kakugo anymore. We threw out our Davids, we threw out our Fems. That Hokusai Grid is going to come back to haunt us in a big way. They have no money. So server 1 is unlikely to be a problem, right? Like, what can it be? They can't fire anything. Psychic Field, Agenda, Snare. MC Austerity Policy? The fuck? Wow. Let's get an access while we can. Is it only 5/3s? Punitive. Okay, so not twice. We're in control of this. Oh, thank you. Never mind. We have an answer. I think we don't even take the damage, right? Yeah, we don't. Fantastic. Love to see a Jemison deck that actually runs Sacrifice, Audacity, and Success. I don't think it actually does anything. Like, those are not good cards. One of them is good. Sacrifice is unplayable. Success is also good. Emily's watching. She says hi. Hey, Emily. How's it going? Hey, Pat, by the way. IPO breach dump. Yo, Pat, I just picked up a bunch of ashes. Like the game. DDoS is okay. Oh, we got some money. That's okay. This is okay. So, they're just trying to get into that IPO range, so we can probably pressure them. But by pressure them, oh, we have the Swift. That's good. I would kill the IPO, keep them poor. They're going to be clicking for credits. What did we trash? Hokusai? I think you might have been right. I didn't realize it just clicked for 3. Why did you pick up Ashes? That's a good question, man. I was just thinking about liking the game and how it was kind of out of print. Breachstone, genotyping price. Like, we'll take the genotyping. So we're just going to do that over and again. This turn's going to be credit into IPO, which maybe we should have trashed. Success, NAPD, best friends. I've heard the game is good. It's pretty cool. There's some cool things in it for sure. Alright, so the Swift coming down at some point might matter. We only got 1 levy. Lost the rebirth. Don't know what the levy is just yet. We're just gonna keep hitting this button a couple times. We'll play sometime. Drafting is fun. Yeah, I'm most excited about drafting, for sure. Do you actually have all the cards? Do you have like all the expansions? Because I got all the expansions before when they added the new dice set. Well, that's rude. I'm sorry. Here, I'll tell you about Ashes in 1 second. Just let's get through this turn. Okay, so Ashes is yo Wayne, how's it going? Hello. We have the forked for the R&D. There's the austerity with the price sec. So Ashes is a game, it's kind of like a deck builder, but there's some cool stuff involved. It is a dice-based game. So at the beginning of the turn, you roll 10 dice, and the dice have different sides that have different values and different distributions. And your abilities on your cards, it has that sort of like click economy that Netrunner has. On your turn, you do 1 main action, 1 side action. Then it goes to your opponent, and it goes back and forth until both players pass, kind of like Doomtown, and then it goes on to the next round. The cool thing is, I'm just going to say thinking, I'll talk about it actually at the next round. I have most expansions. I think I'm just missing 2. Okay, cool. On top of that, there's some really cool stuff. Like, a lot of times you have cards in your spell board that summon cards, and those just keep coming back. So it's not like if you don't draw well, you run out of cards, because you always can summon. So the game comes more about like tactics as opposed to like, oh, I didn't draw any monsters, I lose. Okay, we probably just want to keep Stargating. We have a Levy in hand. We can always lose it to damage. Oh, we only have 3 clicks. That's a Nancy. Okay. So we want to fork that for sure. Unfortunately, this is going to be hella expensive. Oh, 6. Actually, not that bad. Prisec, Snare, and Geofront. Prisec, I guess. And Geofront's pretty good for them. Stashima, how's it going? Hey Andre, new player here. Just got into the game a month ago. Really appreciate your videos. They're helping me out so much. Oh, super glad to hear. It's always really exciting when there's new players, and all this sort of like hanging out helps a lot. Again, if you have any questions, any comments, you want to meet people, it's a really good chat to ask that, and glad it helped you. Also in Ashes, you choose your opening hand. Very true, which is definitely a really cool thing about it. You also can always you always draw 5 cards, so you can like throw out your cards just to draw a new hand at some point. I think at this point we go trash this. Oh, we can just do David into forked. I think we can just let 1 austerity go, right? Doesn't seem that important. Silver bulbs for matchups are viable. You think? Nice of them to draw that snare into hand, yeah. I think they can score this. I don't see why this matters that much. Score a 4-2. Okay, well, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't do this. I'll just go ahead and eat this. I fucked it up. Should have no counters. Are we actually getting access here? I don't know what we're accessing. I don't know what we're accessing. We should have paid attention. It's an agenda. Wait, this is a punitive deck. I have made a terrible mistake. If I swear to God, if we die to punitive again, I am going to be really upset. No wanton in the bin? Oh fuck, we could have just wantoned. Okay. So no matter what, they have to land 2 punitives. So I think we just dirty laundry for money. Yeah, that's fine. Unless we hit, obviously, like a fetal or something terrible here. No! Fuck! Oh, no! Ah, shit. The game was in archives if we didn't draw a card. Oh, we haven't Stargated yet. They're running very few agendas. They're only running 3-pointers. We're assuming one's in hand, one's in archives. That was super unlikely. And we are at 2 because we stole one, so like a single punitive kills us. So they do credit punitive. Wait, what? Oh, they're just showing off. Wait, did we trash a punitive? Did they throw a punitive out? Do they not have the punitive? No, they have the punitive. Fuck! You kidding? We went into that saying don't get punitived. It was the fucking, what hit us? The forked hit the SSL. Christ. Yeah. The agenda, it was an archives, the winning agenda. Oh my god. We got really unlucky there. But again, we didn't play it flawlessly. The Swift is not doing anything. Like, there's a chance that the better play was just to spend same old thing into, I guess the Bacteria, though, they draw 7, so it's terrible. They have no money? No, they do. And they got SSL. Austerity also does just give them more clicks for credits. I don't know if they had to. Shit on me. Has this deck won yet? No. This deck has not won a game. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Oh, Christ. If we get punitive this game. We saw everything. Like, all we had to do is, like, nothing. And we would probably would have won. Honestly, probably better than the Dirty Laundry is just clicking for credits. Asmari. Okay. So Asmari probably plays Scarcity. Thanks. You too. Might be on punitive. Opening hand. Best cards gamble. Levy's bad. Orchestra's bad. Colory's not great. Don't get punitive. Yeah, we thought we knew that. It didn't matter. Okay, so we're going to see what they call. If they call Scarcity, it's kind of bad. I love Max puts the pressure on everywhere. So we'll see what they call. Probably Resource, right? Sometimes they call Event. Asmari. Oh, they call Event. Fantastic. So we're just going to play as much as this as we can before we play around Scarcity. So Asmari, at the beginning of the turn, you can call a type of card. And then you get 2 credits the first time a turn if they install a card of that type. So one of the big things you want to do against NBN in the early game is you want to make sure that they can't get a daily quest off, which doesn't happen that regularly. So now they called Event again. So we could play an event. We could. We also could just get our Eater down. We could get our DDoS down, which is sometimes a good surprise. We have DDoS into Wanton. I think we want to do that. If we play events, though, we want to play both of them. These are awkward to play in the same turn, for sure. We'll draw once. I'll take some money, and we'll play an Eater. Again, I'm assuming there's going to be a Scarcity, and we want to get our resources down that matter. Life is hard for runners now. What's the consensus? No, runners are definitely favored. I think runners are definitely favored in the meta right now. You just generally don't die to, like, strange and techie decks with punitive. Like, those are bad. All right, that double ice, that's good, some stuff. They're playing event again. I wonder if they're just going to say event over and over again. We want to get an Eater down. We might do double gamble. Their money's pretty bad, so we're encouraged to some extent not to. Mystic would be great. What did we miss? We wanted a Mystic, okay. Mystic is a good card. So we can play double event. We'll do gamble. They got 2, we gained 8. Flawless Entertainment, what are the odds? It was actually unlikely. Like, I imagine they don't have a lot of agendas in their deck. We just need to hit like a price tag or whatever. Hokusai, Kakugo, Ice. There's many good things to do. They definitely have IP block though, so this is definitely a bit dodgy. And I'm assuming this is either Rashida or Daily Quest. If it's a Daily Quest, they want to res it. They're throwing a card out. We have no immolation in this deck. Okay. Ooh, David, that's cool. They called event. Let's just poke HQ. Nah, fuck it. We can just get rid of all of it. We have no Swift, but they're generally holding on to good stuff. Problem here is an IP block, because then we have this lose a click. Because we want to clear the tag. We could DDoS this. Nah, it's fine. Slot machine. So they can pull that first, and then we can see what we need to break, if at all. Program, hardware, program. So we know if we lose all our clicks, we're going to lose a Swift here, and we'll draw Stargate, which is not bad. So it's either they gain 4, they gain 3, we lose 3, or we spend 5, which is kind of bad. Thinking. Lose 3, so we're going to lose 3 anyways. Yeah, fuck it, we'll spend. Yeah, we'll spend it 5. We'll want in their hand. So usually they hold on to things like hard-hitting news, sometimes C-Source Exchange. Our money's still okay. It's not a Rashid in server 1. I don't even know what that is. We could have DDoS there for sure. And we know we're drawing a Stargate. It is a daily quest, I just forgot to res it. Or opted not to. So getting this trash is really important. And it's actually kind of hard. We can run this, see how things go, come back. I don't mind that. Forcing them just to spend money is okay too. We could DDoS this too, but actually it's probably worth it. No, it's okay. It's okay. Worth. It's a border control. So we can spend 1 credit just so that they don't get 2. Seems okay. From here, we actually might just be able to drop the Stargate and go. I kind of like that. What do they call? I didn't pay attention. Event again. Okay. So they should know we had this. Spend 2, you get it back. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, we spent 1 too many credits. Yeah, you're totally right. No, we can't access it. Oh, it's not even an access. I thought it was an access. Oh, yeah, you're right. We could have got the credit back. Good. That's really smart. So we should have 8 credits. Thank you. Data Raven, hedge fund preemptive. So obviously we don't want them to have the preemptive. The Data Raven's actually harder for us to deal with. We don't have a forked just yet. I think we can draw here. We have the cast. And they wouldn't get 3. Oh, we didn't give them money on this. This we broke 1, but we should have broke both to get our money back. Let's see if 1 credit matters in this. So they have the hedge fund. They could hard any news us here if they really care to. We have no way to get through this actually. They're actually playing the preemptive. They drew into it. So that's Raven. Might be some face down cards. We really need the pressure. Like we really need to break things. I think we're just gonna spoon this and then go ham on HQ. They called event. We have to break all the subs on this, which is actually really difficult. So I'm assuming we might just want to David it. And at that point, we're just playing poorer than them. No, they still get the money. What? Oh, that's news to me. That's never mattered. Oh, that was a huge misplay. That was a 4 credit swing. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, wow. We really did fuck that up. That's definitely worth doing. Yeah, nobody remembers that part. Yeah, because it's so niche. Knifed DDoS. Oh, I think you're right, actually. Yeah, we're just fucking up this part. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, because then we can farm it. That's actually a really good play. Oh, man, that's huge. This is how we get punitive. Oh, man. Okay, so they got 2 credits for that, but we can just keep hitting this over and over again. They could actually just border control here. Wait, this is not a good play. Oh, that's the same thing as knifing it. It's even cheaper. Oh, man, yeah. I honestly had no idea with Daily Quest. That's so cool. Oh, no. Before well, does it matter? I'm not actually sure. So when we break, they can react to it. It's a paid window. Break before he can pop. It changes nothing though. Like, it's just gonna get trashed. You have to do before you break. Yeah, you have to do before. So it doesn't matter. It gets trashed anyways. Stops you from getting money. That's gonna happen no matter what. By the end of the run, you don't make money. Totally. But that's before I break. It's up to you. So I lose 2 credits anyways. So it cancels. Of course. I think that's right. We actually can't trash it because we used Eater. So this is sweet. They still can't res it. I think on the last one we'll trash it. In theory we don't have to, but I can't believe we fucked it up. That is such a huge swing. That's a 4 credit swing in this game. Wait, we have another click? Oh, Swift. No, why do we have another click? 1, 2, I did that too soon. I'm just gonna take a click. Yeah, we don't have Swift though. I just fucked up the timing. Oh man. This has been a messy evening. I'm really glad to figure out that daily quest interaction though. That was dope. Alright, double ice. A cool thing about this deck, it runs 2 DDoS. It looks like it runs 3. So you always play around that last DDoS. What are they calling? Event again. So we don't have a Mystic. We could day job. I think we might actually want to just like do day job spoon, but we really need a Swift. I think we might just day jobbed here. Feels bad. What else do we do though? We do liberated. David's actually really good. Yeah, we can use a David here. We could do David spooned. We're playing hard into resource. Oh, okay. So what are we gonna draw? We're gonna draw Mystic Miami. Okay, so we can set up next turn. That's a food. Okay, that's scary. This is trashed. We can go in for more. They have more money than us. I'm not gonna sell the daily cast this turn. If we draw once, we're gonna draw same old thing. That slot should be trashed. Thanks. So I think we're just gonna like do this and click for credits. Like in theory, I think this is Rashida, so they're gonna get more ice there. I want to draw the Mystic Miami. I think it makes the day jobs a lot better. And then we can do casts plus Mystic. If they're paying attention, they might want to call resource next turn. So I think we still daily cast. But at least we have points on the table. It's a restricted card. I'm assuming they might just be on 6 3-pointers. Taking him to 18. Again, it's a 40 card deck. Rashida gonna find more ice for R&D. So far we trashed 2 ice, not bad. But like this is meant to be our Swift Cutlery deck. Maybe drawing for same old thing is better just because Cutlery pressure is really strong. And we also only have 1 levy, so if we lose our next same old thing, which we are going to, we really need to draw that levy or we're kind of out of the game. Hedge Fund, Rashida, hard hitting news? Oh, just install a card. So HQ is still open. We know we're not going to draw Wanton. They have that money. This looks like it's Sea Sword money, right? Okay, so I think we're just going to lose the money war. Hades Shard, same old thing. Okay, we got a same old thing. That's dope. So I think we just install all our resources. Yo, Jogging, how's it going? I don't think you run GFI in 6th agenda. Why not? You could. Maybe it's a bit unconventional. Server 2. Event. Okay. We have a DDoS. We lost the Gamble to Rebirth. There's nothing unless they steal all 3 GFIs. Yes. I think it does something against like what's it, freedom through equality. But yeah, I think you're largely right. It's not the best in that. What is server 2? I'm assuming it's a Rashida and they just want us to run because the sea sources are closed. or hard-hitting news, which we can't really afford to do, so we won't. Actually, we could just probably just Mystic for, we don't need full value. A Swift would be good. We've barely played Swift. We know we're gonna get value off of this by doing same old thing Levy or whatever we have to do. Yeah, that never stays for too long. We're gonna get punitive this game. Give us a Wanton or something. Okay. Cloneship gets David, but there's not much that's gonna be Davidable here. I don't fucking know. We're trying not to die from punitive. That's the goal today. We've been very bad at it. We do have Stargate. We can put the pressure on. I think we might want to put pressure on. They call event. They just called event. They haven't hit anything else. So I'm imagining there's surveyors on here. So to some extent, the forked is good. Yeah. We'll try it. That's the wrong survey. I'm assuming this is surveyor border control. Maybe border control Excalibur. Oh, that's annoying. Hopefully that's hardware event resource. Okay, we just lose 3. They got that rezzed. So we're gonna draw Liberated. We're gonna lose a Swift and a Forked. So this is the surveyor. Yeah, okay. So this is something worth forking for sure. They can do the traces here. Neither of those we want, but at least they're gonna have to spend a fair bit of money on them. This one is important to get out of the way. And I think we're gonna get hard hitting news here. The chance of this being an NGO front, actually kind of high. But at this point they might want to jam an agenda. Let's see if they boost the trace. If they boost the trace heavily, it's fine. We can just come back and eater it. In theory, we actually could have eatered this to save the money, but I wanted them to spend money on the trace. Like we could have eatered this for like what? 3 credits? 4 credits? 3 credits, we could let the end run fire. And we could have just knifed it and come back. Maybe that would be smarter. This at least makes them like have to spend if they really want to protect their stuff. It's a lot of money. Draw that Swift. Second Bim. Of course. Hey, no worries. Draw the Swift now, you know it's on top. Trash Rashida. Well, now that we ran, we could, but they didn't res the last turn. It might not be Rashida. Maybe it's like a news team or some nonsense. Trace 4. Oh, they thought about it, and that's what they got down to. We're going to steal an SSL here, and we're going to die to punitive. Okay. So Caesar's exchange is an issue. We can day job next turn if they do Caesar's closed. So I think we're just going to click for credits. I don't know. That's bad. They could have boosted that. We're on double food, so they score 50 minutes. It is a Rashida. We could have gone and trashed that for a 2 credit swing because we can't click for credit. Rip Swift? Yeah, right. Rip Swift. Is that our final Swift? We got one more. We'll get on the turnaround. There's C-Source. Okay. Might lose the same old thing. This is probably fine. Closed. That's fine. All-seeing eye. Oy vey. Oh my god. Anything else would have been fine. Right? Because we would have just day jobbed out of it. Okay, so we have to click for 2. They called event. Oh my god. I'm actually going to remove the tag here just because we can't hit another. Like, we have to. Like, I know we're not going to day job next turn, but if we day job into closed accounts, we're like way fucked. This is why labor rights. Yeah, actually, this deck has been like really bad at levying. We haven't levied once, and now levy's like way too expensive that we lost our Mystic. Our resources got punitive. Yeah, I think that's the first time I got All-Seeing Eyed in probably like a year. I haven't seen that card a lot. David's now good for this remote. Oh, we drew that and we lost our Swift. It's actually kind of ideal. If we were smart, we would know what our last card is. But hey, we're not. We get punitive. Didn't get punitive though. So we're going to probably need 2 more agendas. They need still a fair bit. If they score that, if it's not an SSL, they go down to a few credits. So we want to get our DDoS on the table. We could day job here. I think we do day job here. Yeah, okay, so now we'll have more money than them. Ideally, we wanted to get this trash, this David, so that we could like reinstall it once we levy. Please be food. Fuck. Yeah, I think they're only 6 3-pointers, but they're playing food. That's a bad one, right? Because now our money is going to shift. Maybe we do DDoS into... We could go slow, but maybe we do want to do DDoS into... I think we want to fork this as well. But this could be border control, which will fuck our forked up. Levy? I think we want to get this down first. I think you're right, though. We probably need to levy. I think we'll install both of these in levy. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow. That's good. Yo, Stoppable, how's it going? It's okay. We've had a bit of a rough night, I'll be honest. I don't think we're playing our best Netrunner. But it's been fun. Save DDoS for the next jam and fork surveyor? Yeah, we could. I think that's okay, but I think we need a levy. We can't just keep that forked around forever. Like with Liberated and clone chips, the clone chips obviously do nothing that we levied, but like with DDoS, we can do some pressure with onto R&D with Stargate. Ideally we win in a single agenda, right? Like there's 11 cards in R&D. We have Wanton Threat coming up with Wanton DDoS. Like we can close the game off other ways. So they still need to jam 2 agendas. They might have 15 minutes, but they might just be on the Echo Chamber and all the 3-pointers. I think they're 3 GFI, 2 SSL, QPM 15 exchange. I would think you're right. I think that makes much more sense with C-Source. Ooh. Ooh, that's a server. Mostly dealing punitive. This max looks awfully small. Oh, she's working. They preempted early. Okay, calling event. Sounds good. David's good. At this point, do we even play the gamble? I think we might just do liberated Stargate. But I think we would do liberated DDoS Stargate. Either that or we just set up this turn and next turn we do DDoS and we run all the servers. That's probably better. Like DDoS HQ here is probably okay. It depends what they Rashida or not. Can I trash this? Oh fuck, it's happened again, chat. How do I delete? Delete. How do I just trash card? What is it? Trash card? Help. I need an adult. Command. Fuck. There must be a way. Move hand? I don't know. We can do undo click maybe. Slash trash? No way. Yep. Yeah. Can't drag. Thank you. That's perfect. Want to play gamble so you're not above hand size next turn? Because they get 2 credits. They're gonna get 5 credits if we do that. Playing the clone chip just gets us a David back, which has some value for contesting the remote. Even some value here, but we already have a David. We don't need 2 for the remote. Yeah, I think we'll play the gamble. It might be wrong. Actually, it's definitely wrong. We should just click liberated. Giving them the extra credits there was probably not good. Especially when we play 1 event a turn. Okay. That's okay. So Raven's in their deck, right? Do we see Raven? Okay, we have forked. Okay, so I think we're going to try and pop off here to some extent. So we'll do this. We'll try and Stargate. They called event again. So can't res that. See how this goes for them. Okay. Slot machine. Resource, event, resource. It's cheaper than anything else. And we're going to draw liberated. Global food, that's really good. So now we can run HQ twice, so we can run archives once. Small chance of winning. We also could have laundried here. Oh, good game. Oh, thank God. Oh, we really needed that. The ego needed that, let me tell you. Hey, thanks for the game. I think they could have jammed next turn. I'm assuming there's a border control on here. It's really, really hard for us to deal with. Might have been something in the archives too. Probably 2x Surveyor in the remote. I imagine it's like 2x Surveyor, 1... actually, there might have even been like IP block, border control. I think that's my bet. We got wrecked by the all-seeing eye. Day Job's really good at recovering from that. The close account's all-seeing. Again, if they had 2, like we could have just like day jobbed up. My plan was to get close account and then we would like Mystic Miami day job, which would have been sweet. But best thing about the command is not the help list. I think there's a lot of hidden commands. Def misheard that the Eagle needed this. It's like you have a cool new nickname. I can start referring to myself as the Eagle. That's good for my ego too. Pain is just weakness leaving the body and being replaced by pain. Yeah, it's okay. I think this deck, like, I don't think maybe we're not drawing good enough, but like the ideal draw is just get money. That's most Netrunner decks. Get the Eater down and then just start pressuring everything. Like you saw in the match that we played maybe last week that we got wanted like 3-4 times. And so far we're just not drawing into it. I think that deck list that we were playing though, that Eric was playing did have Inject. It was just super important because he could draw into his money and he could draw into what he needed when he needed it, which I think is awesome. New splash screen, Ka. So maybe we need to tune that. I want to compare this to the other list because there's a lot of stuff that isn't working out too well for us. The DDoSes are good. The Davids are okay. I do like the Orchestra more than the MK Ultra that I think Eric was playing. America. I want to see what those lists compare to, but okay, we'll take that one win. That's all for today. I'm going to have some more dinner and then we'll be back next week, which is Halloween. That's fun. Inject always draws Swift. Yeah, exactly. It always draws Swift. It loses our Stargate, but we have clone ships. Sometimes we're cheaper to run. Like, I think it's worth doing. It's Halloween, so I don't know what the viewership is going to be like next week, but the VOD will be fun. Maybe we'll dress up. It'll be a good time. So we'll be back there. It's a long week next week for sure. There's a lot of stuff going on at work, so we're going to be pretty busy. But we'll be back on that Thursday. And then hopefully the week after, maybe Pat will be there. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Spooky. That'd be all. But hey, thanks to everyone who's joined and watching stream in the chats or just watching. I really appreciate it. To all those people we played games against, to all people watching the VOD, hopefully you're having a good week. Hopefully this finds you well, and we'll be back relatively soon. Ciao.